Man, how's he do that? Impressive. That's good walking. That's talent. Getting to walk on. Burning. It's amazing. That guy can walk. He can walk. Like a stallion almost. I gotta try that. Damn it. Damn. Damn thing. How's he do it? It's impossible. God damn it. How's he do it? Huh? Say what? Yeah.
Hey, dude. We're going out to dinner. Get the fuck up. I told Mom you were sober like a judge. Mike. Hey, Mike. Mike. Go on, you fucking faggot. You just open your eyes. Get up. Mike, get up now. We're leaving, dude. Get up. And get the fuck up.
Alright, well, wake me up when the car gets here.
And you told me, you're showing me you're sober as a fucking parole mate.
You're a faggot.
Get up, bitch. We're going to dinner. Hey, Mike.
Go on.
Mikey.
You're lying. I know it.
Garrett. Mikey's here. I mean, Mom's here.
Yeah, you're lying. Greg.
Mikey.
Greggy.
Mike.
Greg.
Night.
Greg.
Mike.
Who are you trying to call now?
Steven. Hey, Mikey.
Hey, Greggy. Okay, didn't think so.
Mike. Get up.
Greg, shut up.
You don't get up and I'm slam that damn mace over your face.
You ain't gonna fucking do nothing to me.
Hey, Mike.
Leave me alone.
Get the fuck up.
It wouldn't be the first time.
So I thought, get up.
I'll piss on your shoes. I'll piss in your Cheerios.
Act sober. Come on, dude, act sober. You gotta go to church.
Hello!
Hey, everybody.
Welcome to your favorite internet shit show, coming at you live from Let 'em Know Studios.
Woo!
I'm your host, Will Potter. This is Drew Michael, The Rock Creamer, or something along those lines.
Yeah.
And this right here is Lloyd Baggins.
What up, people?
Literally the guy from the movies. The guy from the movies, the long ones that I didn't watch all of, with the volcano or something, right? And some
Don't
ring.
pretend to not know.
I'm dead serious.
Trying to be cool.
No, I'm dead serious.
Fine.
Ask my wife. I haven't seen this shit. She's like, one day we're gonna watch every single one of these together.
Yeah, I was in on that conversation recently. You have
Literally have not seen any of the movies.
Do you have a
movies.
day and a half? High up this chimney.
I'll trade you, bro.
That's why we never use them.
I like the stool. I don't want to lie to people and make them think that I'm...
It's called a throne. Hit that light, Lloyd. What the fuck are we doing?
Oh yeah, we
Fucking up in here.
We
Crank
lit.
it up one joint.
We lit as shit in this bit. 100,000+ family.
I think I think we did an entire show, if you will, one time like that, like
Oh, with the light on.
with the light just.
And
Well, it
we
was the
just
first or
forgot.
second one or whatever, but yeah, I think one recently where we might have been maybe a little bit under the weather.
Hells yes.
Yeah, anyway, I don't need these glasses. So if anybody wants these or needs them,
That sucks for you.
go for it. I don't
Get better eyes.
I don't wear glasses, so I don't need them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't wear them either, but I should.
Fuck. What'd you do today, Lloyd?
And I had a pretty quick, weird shift at work. Somebody lost a bunch of equipment on the truck that we were taking, so that's never good. Probably about a solid $400 worth of junk removal equipment. So that's gonna come out of all of our paychecks. That's never fun.
That's fucking shitty.
Lost or this was stolen,
I
apparently?
don't know. I was on that truck yesterday in DC, and
That is bullshit, man.
I was coming
That
in
is
and out of the
fucking
house
bullshit.
alive. Somebody snuck all of our protective equipment without me noticing. They would have to be fucking Flash Gordon or some shit, or somebody Flash Gordon. I obviously not just the Flash.
Fucking
Flash
Flash
Gordon
Gordon.
completely different.
I'm not certain. But
What's the silver bullet challenge?
I'm not sure about the legality of that. What, did somebody bring up the silver bullet challenge?
Callus just said, "What's
Callus, what the fuck is the
what
silver
is it?
bullet
Write in the
challenge?
thread what the silver bullet challenge is, Noel.
Yeah, right in the thread. But yeah, Lloyd, I'm not certain on the
What's up, Christian?
I'm not certain on the legality of that.
No, me
Like
neither,
if something gets stolen from your company and then forcing the employees to pay for it? I mean, don't get me wrong.
We don't know
To
if
a
it
certain-
was stolen or if somebody was stupid and left it out somewhere and didn't put it back
Well,
on
then
the
you
truck.
should get taken to court then.
I mean, it's still
It's the part of our job that we don't even question. Almost, it's pretty stupid of us, probably.
well, yeah. I've been in a lot. I've worked for a lot of shitty companies. I'm telling you, I don't know, man. That sounds pretty sketchy. That's kind of fucked up. I mean, that's what insurance is for. When you lose, or equipment gets stolen, or I don't know, man. That's why companies have insurance. You're barely getting paid anything to do the stupid shit. I saw some pictures of what you were doing. What, yesterday?
yeah,
Was that yesterday?
yeah,
The fucking straight up episode of Hoarders that I
Should
was
I-
watching on my phone.
Should I post it up?
Yep.
Yeah, let's pull it up. Send it. You got that video?
Yeah, I'll
Send it to my. Send it to the DMs. And
Hey, Dakota. Everybody say hi to Dakota.
hi Dakota.
Hey, Dakota.
Hi, Dakota.
Hi, we're giving you a shout out. Nice and early. Lloyd, say hi to Dakota.
Hi,
Yes.
Dakota.
Hey, Dakota. How you doing?
I was born in North Dakota, Dakota. So there you go.
I think Grandpa George was born in South Dakota.
Well, we got a couple 1-2 Dakotas up in this bitch.
1-2 Dakota boys. Couple 1-2 Dakota Bizzleways. So what'd you do? Send it to
Sending it to you right now.
to my straight up to me.
Straight to your DM. I'm
Straight-
sliding right into your DM as I'm sitting right next to you.
Slip it in my
Ooh.
sloppy inbox.
There's a lot of sliding going on over
You
here.
got a sloppy ass box. Will.
All right, it's
Mm.
in there. It has been received and delivered.
Check out this episode of Hoarders that Lloyd was on yesterday.
Oh, you're giving them all the secrets.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah, man.
We'll take a look at it. Look at it one more time because I kind of screwed that up. I wanted to hear the audio. I'm not giving myself any, but anyway, that's quite enough of that. So what did you have to do? Oh, feel the fur.
That's what I gave Benny.
Oh yeah,
That's Benny's
unless it just
present.
came up in my pictures. But so what did you had to? That was a removal shit. You had to go in there and remove all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, people people move out and they don't want to deal with all that shit themselves. So
Yeah.
they hire us. And in DC especially, the value to those downtown
Lots
like
and-
townhomes,
Yeah.
townhouses, and like they can get so much money for that they don't mind paying us to clean that place out so that they can flip it real quick. So, I mean, I get it, you know.
And yeah, I mean, I guess, but I mean, shit, man. What I'm getting
It's
at.
amazing that people let it get to that point.
Well, what I'm getting at, and I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus or anything. Like, my house is a fucking mess all the time. And you know what? Whatever. It's not my fault. It's not my wife's fault, really. I mean, we got kids and we work or whatever. I mean, you know, whatever. You can flip the script and say, fuck it. Yeah, it is my fault, but, you know, fuck you. It doesn't, you know, what I'm getting at is that's not what I'm really talking about. What I'm talking about is you have to do a job like that. Looked like some shit. You don't know what you're picking up. You don't know who lived in there. Did you wear gloves or anything?
Oh, I was wearing a mask in there. It reeked. It had the.
Would it smell like cat piss?
It smelled like an
the
episode of
mothballs.
Hoarders.
Oh, mothballs.
Yeah, well, see,
Mothballs
this is
everywhere.
exactly what I'm talking
You
about.
ever
don't-
smelled mothballs before?
It's a very distinct smell.
I've always tried, but I can never get their little legs apart.
Fucking, it's got dad jokes over here. I feel like I gotta play Black People React right now, but I'm not gonna pull it up because it's gonna take me fucking 10 minutes because I'm an asshole. But what I'm getting at, Lloyd, is that is bullshit.
Callus said it's like the last day of school. Leave all the papers in the lockers and just leave.
It's like school on Sunday, no class.
Oh, bitch.
Now, I'm saying it's bullshit that you have to pay for shit that
I mean,
you didn't lose. Because if you work for I don't know, man. I guess in a lot of ways, you have to one way or another.
You're
Like even
supposed
if
to
you
check your ass at the end of the day. But I mean, yeah, I appreciate you.
I don't know, man. I'm
Yeah,
just
sticking up
not.
for
You,
me.
all I'm saying is that you are not. It's not like you're getting fucking paid out the ass to do. I mean, you're working a job that's. It's not like you're in a horrible spot with what you're making, but I mean, fuck, dude. It's not like you're making $30 an hour.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on Will to hire me. By the way,
Yeah, well,
nice.
we'll have to see how that goes.
it'll happen.
It could happen. It could happen. It's happened before. Not with you, but with him.
Yeah.
With a couple other guys I know. Several, actually.
Need to get my ass out to Winchester so I don't make that commute every time. Because
Well,
we gotta let them know every week.
It's funny because you'd be a hell of a lot closer where you live right now to where we do most of our work.
Yeah, I know.
But
Don't move. For sure.
But yeah, coming out here to do the show, I'm sure wears on Lloyd. He was 4 minutes late today. That's why we started late, 6:30.
I actually walked in right at 6:30. God damn.
Well, you fucking lollygagged for
Yeah,
4
you-
minutes. George, you gotta use your phone charger. You guys want beer? God damn, Lloyd.
No, everybody's like, we're gonna get here early so we can get some time to set up. It's all good though.
You said 6. I knew I wasn't making 6.
Yeah, I didn't know what time you were getting off. I was just saying 6 would be
Excuse me.
optimal. But you know, fuck it, we're all here now, talking to looks like 13 people on the internet. Cheers.
Episode 11, motherfuckers.
Episode 11.
Episode 11.
Never forget.
Double Uno.
11's actually my favorite number.
That's kind of cool.
Man, fucking,
It's
I'm
with the double L in my name, you know?
11-oid. That's what it is. It's 11-oid over
Go
here.
with that.
Dude, I'm still riding this feel from last episode with Daniele Bolelli.
Oh, yeah, man.
That was so tight.
I had such a good time
Yeah, I did.
with that. That was super cool. Daniele retweeted our tweet, or
Damn.
or tweeted and mentioned us or something. It was something like that. Anyway, thanks Daniele. Awesome. Hope you come back sometime soon.
you know, you can always talk some MMA with us. That was kind of the direction that we were most comfortable with you.
You know
Kind
what?
of hard to talk to a...
My mom could be
historian,
on the
but-
phone and she could be like, if you hang up the phone, they're gonna take my house. And then Daniele Bolelli calls, and I would answer Daniele's phone call. I'd be like, Mom, you gotta hold on. Just hold on. Just keep going. All right.
Speaking of hold on, BRB.
Where are you going, Lloyd?
I already finished my flights.
Oh, well, grab me another one of them Miller Lights out of there. We're just getting crazy.
I'll take
now.
one, Lloyd. Thank you. When
Thanks
Lloyd
for
gets
asking,
back-
Lloyd.
When Lloyd gets back, I think we'll discuss schedule for this weekend.
What do you mean, like?
Well,
the-
definitely Friday.
Yeah.
Def Friday show.
Well, we're doing a show on Friday. We got a pretty cool guest lined up. It's a lady from J-Rec by the name of Maria
Maria.
Alejandra.
Do you have Millers in there, or were you...
Yeah, no, I got them in there, but it's all good. I'll drink another one of your Coors Light. So we got Maria Alejandra. I'm gonna start rolling every letter that I can.
Maria.
Maria Alejandra.
Bless you.
Holy shit.
Sorry, I left the door open.
Anyway,
Shout out to Grandpa George. Bless you.
bless you,
Can we
George.
get a hashtag bless you, Grandpa George?
Hashtag bless you, George.
Bless us, George. Bless us.
That's you hit him with that.
Blessed be thy name.
Hands in the air. Bless you, George.
All right, Dakota. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for slipping in for
I
the
mean,
first.
you tuned in for a little bit.
Yeah.
I know you'd stay around for the next 8 hours, but thank you.
So anyway,
he's playing a
we're gonna
little
start.
foosball.
We're gonna start talking about Brock Lesnar now.
Yeah.
That,
The guy- okay, I
so
understand.
Brock Lesnar,
Dude,
right?
Dakota. I'm pretty
I'm
sure
just kidding.
Dakota's like 17 or something.
I'm just kidding. It's
Um,
all cool, Dakota.
I would
It's-
fucking be nutting over.
Dude, I think Brock Lesnar's cool as fuck. It just is not. He's
can't-
not
I
fighting
can't
for the
do it.
UFC. He fucking. Here we go. I'm actually starting to talk.
God damn it, Dakota.
So, all right.
See what you did, Dakota.
We'll get into it some other time. We'll talk about some Brock Lesnar stuff when it seems more relevant. But right now, it's only relevant because of Dakota.
So I think I found a bigger fan of Brock Lesnar than Dakota today, actually, because I got a member request in the Fighter and the Kid Army, and
It was
Dude-
Brock Lesnar.
I wish that would be hilarious. That'd be awesome. But no,
Fucking ridiculous.
He thought he was, because every one of his profile pictures was of Brock Lesnar, and he had a solid 50 of them.
Wow.
Oh my
So
god.
It's a little obsessive. He had like legit pictures of him, like fishing and stuff. Like where'd
like
you get these
pictures-
pictures of Brock? Maybe it was Brock under a pseudonym.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Maybe.
Well, maybe
Sock Lesnar.
he had a
Sock
fake ass name.
Lesnar. Hashtag
I'm
Sock
not
Lesnar.
Woo!
It's just him fishing and like hanging out with chicks.
I mean, it was a lot of WWE pics of him that were like, you know.
Dakota, we're not as mean as soon as you leave. We're mean when you're here.
Yeah, we're not trying to be mean.
We're not
behind
fucking
anybody's
mean
back.
though. We're just,
We're just fucking around. Look, we're not talking about Brock Lesnar right now. What I did want to talk to, or what I did want to talk about, and I'm sniffling like fucking Donald Trump, but I got some allergies going on for real. This shit sucks.
fucking sucks, dude.
Clogged
Last
up.
night, like 7 o'clock, I got this migraine behind my left eye. I keep on. Well, it's still like, oh my god, fucking behind my left eye, and like I can feel it twitching and shit. I just have this pressure behind my eye, and then today when we were working, I like went like this and rubbed my eye, and I actually heard my eye like make a fart.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had that?
Yeah. You
definitely.
had that built up pressure back
Yeah,
there,
dude.
man.
There's like
Yeah.
gas escaping behind my goddamn eye.
You ever
Hashtag eye farts.
Eye
yeah.
farts.
Powerful eye farts. Hold on. You ever like hold your nose right in your mouth and blow really, really, really fucking hard and have it come out of the like.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's because all that shit's connected, man. All your sinuses and everything.
Okay, I'm not doing it right now.
Yeah, I can't do it right now.
My
My
ears and
yeah.
shit.
Well, your ears and your fucking eye sockets and your nose and all that shit's connected, so you can, there's a chick that can squirt milk. She'll like get milk and then fucking squirt the shit out of her eye. It's nuts. Are you into that?
Yeah, it's
So every
so you said there's a chick that can squirt milk.
yeah, huh? Everybody's ears perked up.
Sorry.
She can squirt milk.
Let's get her in here.
That'd be tight as shit.
I do have one caller that is planning on calling in.
Who you
fairly
got?
soon. It's Justin Schaefer. He is.
How about L.A.? Thought we were getting L.A. night tonight.
No, I was telling Jamichael on the way here. He said that he's going to try and get with us next week. So
Next week, like next Wednesday or something. Or
I don't know.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
push the guy too high.
No, can we talk about the schedule though for like Friday?
Mm-hmm.
We're definitely doing Friday, right? From 9
Oh shit.
till close.
Till killing it.
9 till close, right?
Mhm.
And then Saturday, I say we just have a shit show, man. Fucking 11 o'clock or something. I
We
mean,
just go live and let shit go.
yeah,
happen.
and let everybody fucking in here. I mean, there's gonna be people here. They're gonna be dressed up. It's gonna be fucking funny.
Okay, let me fill everybody in with a little bit of an invitation. So Friday, we're gonna have our regular show. That's gonna be episode 12, and on Saturday night, I'm having a Halloween party right here at Let 'Em Know Studios.
Let them know Halloween special.
And
Super spoopy.
Lloyd's gonna be here. Mike's gonna be here. I'm gonna be here. Fucking Shane will be back here. I'm sure Rich will be here. Fucking Dustin will be here.
Get the
Tebbets
whole
might even be
goddamn
here.
crew.
Rachel, Michelle, Benny.
Yeah, for sure, shout them out.
Yeah.
Well, every
Grandpa George.
see, I'm sexist, so I didn't mention any of the ones.
These are all mine, right?
But yeah, Grandpa George will be here. So anyway, we're gonna have it's gonna be a banger. I'm just mentioning people that might be interested in getting on camera.
Yeah.
Since Michelle's
Dude,
all shy,
after-
she'll only come on camera and get zapped with
Yep.
a taser after about 38 Mike's hards.
Mike's Hards.
Mike's hards.
Real quick, I hope that you're still watching. Got some Canadian friends up in the house. I
Yeah.
want to give a quick shout out to the BNC crew. So, love you, Ed. Uncle Ed, everybody.
Uncle
Oh,
Ed.
Gonna
Eddie
get
Dennis?
that motherfucker on real soon.
Yeah,
whenever
Ed
he
was
can.
talking about coming on. Why don't you come fucking call in tonight, Ed?
He's literally at work right now.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
fuck your job, son.
Fuck your shit, son.
Canadian
Fuck these
ass.
bills. Fuck this mortgage.
All right.
Fuck all that shit.
Oh shit. Rochelle had said hashtag chopped liver
What?
after you didn't want to mention her.
I remember seeing that chopped liver hashtag, but I don't even know. What do you mean I didn't want to mention her? Baby, you know, if I ask you to be on camera right now, you're going to be like, no, I don't want to be on camera. So, anyway,
I'm dressing up as a sexy ghost.
she's going to be here. I'm going to be sexy Brock Lesnar.
I'm gonna be a slutty dog.
I still want to be sexy Harambe. Or like sexy...
Goddamn, that would be good.
Sexy Harambe?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Like a little midriff showing with my gut.
You know, speaking of which, I'm just gonna pull up a picture.
Speaking of what?
Goddamn, Lloyd.
Speaking of what, Lloyd? I'm
Sexy
afraid of
ass
where you're headed
Harambe?
with
I want to pull up that pic that I sent you guys in group chat.
Dude, there's so many pics
Of me in group chat? Yeah, no shit.
of everybody.
this. Oh, the one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, you know, I'm down with that picture. That kind of reminds me of what this point I keep trying to get at. So when Daniele Bolelli was on last Friday, he was talking about how he is or considers himself to be a leg lock specialist.
Yeah.
And we were talking about that, and actually, which image are you pulling up? The one I think you're going to pull up?
What? Oh.
You got it?
Oh, you want me to pull that up?
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. Do that one too. But anyway, so we were talking about leg locks with Daniele Bolelli, and he was talking about this DVD and leg lock instructional that he had put together. And so I went out that night. He sent me a link. I went and downloaded it. And it's really cool. And he had something, he was talking about, I don't know how boring this is going to be to everybody. You'll know what I'm talking about, Lloyd. And if you're into jiu-jitsu at all, then you'll probably kind of grasp what I'm talking about. Not that I'm some sort of expert or anything, but he was talking about a different way to grab heel hooks.
I'm listening, Will.
So when you grab a heel hook, normally you would.
You want to show everybody on my foot?
Yeah. Who's you wearing shoes, Lloyd?
I'm wearing boots.
No, I'm not.
Here, let me get some Lloyd on it. That way the angle will be right because I'm right-handed
Do I
too.
have to like?
Chopped liver. Hashtag chopped
stand
liver,
up
Rochelle.
and put this
Hashtag
foot
chopped
up here.
liver. I know what you're saying.
I'm not that flexible.
Go with the other foot. Go with the other foot. I got you. So normally you get your heel hook under the heel, right?
Yeah.
Like that. Well, what Daniele was talking about was basically grabbing the heel with your hand and then using this arm just to crank it. And I don't know, just right. I haven't tried it yet in practice, but that right there was the first time. But for him, he says he gets. He's got a better grip and like. I guess it gives him some more leverage in that attack.
Like a better fulcrum.
Yeah, and he
Makes
said
sense.
he said he saw Bas Rutten do it in the video that he made, and I've never seen anybody do it like that. But I'm watching him do it in this video that he made, and it's pretty cool. I don't know. I'm gonna have to try
I'm
it.
not good at heel hooks, but I think that's how I mentally would attack it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense for me to
Well, I'm looking at it.
go around.
Well, you go around with this part, and
Yeah.
you can really crank on it like that. But I feel like once you get to a certain point in turning your upper body, you maybe would be able to crank it further if you had this arm, because then at that point you can kind of pull as opposed to cranking this way. You know what I mean?
Rochelle said hashtag aggressive docking. My favorite hashtag.
Yeah, we were definitely aggressively docking after we were.
Yeah, let's hear about that.
Me and
I just
Lloyd
sent you that
crammed our
picture.
dicks together
Pull
really
up-
fucking hard.
Pull up the last picture I just DM'd you.
Okay.
I slid into his DM again. People.
Sliding in my sloppy inbox, Lloyd. Which one?
That last one.
The last one?
Yes,
Okay.
for sure.
So this is us after talking to Daniele Bolelli.
Shout out to
Last Friday.
Shout out to Brian Hodges for making this. Love you,
You
brother.
made it just now.
He made it the other night. Oh, it was awesome.
So
I
we're
was
talking to
cracking up.
Daniele about
There's another one too.
heel hooks and shit, and then by 3 o'clock in the morning, me and Lloyd are drunk and.
So, Lloyd, you get roundhoused?
Oh yeah, Will did kick me right in the mouth.
Will said accidentally.
It was an accident.
Yeah,
You
he-
I
fucking
didn't mean to kick him in
accidentally.
the fucking
This is what I
mouth.
say. Like,
I
I'm
was
trying to
hammered.
think. Accidentally spun a 360
It
on.
was not a 360 kick. It was a regular ass roundhouse.
he was getting a little worked up, you know. He was excited.
We were
And
fucking around. I don't know. It wasn't that hard, was it? I pulled it pretty good.
I
Did you
was
bleed?
like-
Did you
honestly,
bleed?
I was happy that I still had my two front beautiful buck teeth in place.
No, bro, it's not
so
fun,
sorry,
dude.
dude.
When I used to spar with Will, sometimes we get all drunk.
Dude, he's scary.
This-
He's really deceptively fast.
He kept on fucking hammer fisting me in the side of the neck and the temple. And it's like, like you get fucked up. It's like, come on, man.
If I was meeting him for the first
I was-
time and he was telling me that he has like a lifelong background in striking, I'd be like, all right, I'm still not afraid of you, little.
Still gonna whoop your ass,
Yeah.
you fuck.
And then he starts throwing them hands and
the
specifically the feet.
Not even
feet.
the hands,
Yeah.
man. I don't even have hands like that. I can.
You know, I just wanted to
well,
say that.
I got throwing it down.
Catch these hands.
Well, it sounds like some sort of, I don't know if it's a compliment or what, but anyway, thanks guys. I appreciate it. You make me feel all good.
Well, I mean,
but
you're not
I
that much
felt-
bigger than me, so
Not height wise.
yeah, right.
I'm fat as fuck though, so I got you by that. But that's not helping too much. Let me go out on a limb here and say I could lose a couple pounds. But Lloyd, seriously, sorry for kicking you in the fucking mouth the other night. Holy
Ayo.
shit!
What's up,
It's
man?
Rachel motherfucking Fleetwood.
there she is.
Hey, Mom, I saw that you joined. I'm going to apologize for him now.
Oh,
No,
Hey, Nanny.
there's no need to apologize.
We're not doing anything bad yet.
Yes, I got yet.
We're talking about kicking Lloyd in the face on accident on Friday, which is what I did. So your little
sure did.
your little
Happy
toy,
hump day, guys.
your little toy's charging up over there, Rachel.
Hey, thanks.
The purple one.
Here, Lloyd, you
Says I
wanna
put him in another.
do
Oh
that?
yeah.
Oh yeah, this was your gift. I get to give it to you live on the
What
show.
is it?
Right here in my hand. It's not wrapped or anything, but I hope that you like
Thanks.
gummies.
Thank you, Lloyd. I do like them a lot.
There's something about Florida Gators. Are you giving me a stink eye? I gave you a gift too.
They're all edibles.
They're mad because I gave my hugs out. Hugs out for Harambe.
He
In
Gave my
the
hugs
chat
out.
last night, Lloyd
Shut up.
said, Lloyd said, I wouldn't put you over 24 or something like that.
No. He said
I said
that
I
he
didn't
would've
think that she was
guessed.
that much older than me. I said 27.
You're what, Rachel? 28?
29.
29. Fuck, you're older than me.
I'm the 87.
What are you talking
I'm an
about?
87er. I am 29, aren't I?
God damn,
Holy
dude.
shit.
Hayden. Hayden,
I will in a minute.
I'm
You
29.
said that you were allowed to come down here.
Ruh-roh.
Let's do a cigarette. Go back upstairs.
I can't believe. I just realized. I've been thinking I was 28. Dude, people laugh like it's some sort of joke that I'm making, and I'm not serious. But I'm
I forget
dead
all the
serious
time,
when I
too.
fucking say that I forget
it
my
takes
age.
me 3/4 of a year to
get caught up.
to get caught up to my
Yeah.
new birthday.
And then a month or two
And,
later,
yeah, and then it's like, oh shit, now I'm a billion.
yeah, fuck
I
it.
wish.
Every bit of 25.
Round up. I'm damn near 30. Damn near 30. See, you can probably remember. Lloyd's probably like, I'm 25 and a half, actually. Because you don't have
Almost.
any kids. You don't have any kids, man. Your birthday doesn't fucking matter anymore after you have kids. It's just stupid. You're like, oh, it's another
It's
year.
over here.
Another
Maybe Benny
year.
took it, though.
No.
Benny doesn't feel it.
Barney's not feeling what?
The taser.
Oh, yeah. No, let that thing crank. Barney's gonna feel these 28 million volts.
Oh
That's-
yeah, she was acting like she got the full on. Yeah,
That sounds a little stronger, but it ain't there yet. It
I
ain't
felt
there
it
yet.
fully
I'm not
charged.
fucking a huge fan. I'm gonna just be straight up.
I'm not a big fan either, but you know who's a big fan?
Me.
The fucking windmills out in California and shit.
You son of a
Phil's got jokes.
I don't actually. That was the most retarded thing I've ever said in my life. But the people on the internet seem to like it whenever we start zapping each other.
bitch. Yeah,
So there's that.
Really
That's
get
a-
some likes.
that's a big
In
draw
the
we
words
got
of
there.
Jamichael. Smash that motherfucking like button!
Smash that motherfucking like button! Smash the shit out the fucking like button, y'all! If you're here in the thread and you ain't smashed the like button, what are you doing?
What are you doing if you're not here smashing the motherfucking like button? Of all things that you could be doing tonight, you're sitting at home
On hump day.
on hump day.
Matt Kurt in the thread. What up, Kurt?
You need to be smashing something on hump day.
Wilder said, "Oh shit, who's getting zapped?"
Who, Gene Wilder? Oh,
He
no,
did.
who's getting zapped?
Wilder, come on.
Gene Wilder is dead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything about that. Prince is dead too.
Guys.
Prince is dead too.
Yo,
the
Wilder.
only reason I bring that up is because it fucking was
Wilder, I'll tell you what. Because you. my
Oh, what
boy.
is it? What is the other thing I want to say? Okay, we're at like 290 likes, I think.
It was
Around
like
there.
293 a couple
Lloyd
minutes
was
ago.
trying to say something.
290.
It's alright.
Oh, sorry. Can we get that shit to like 300 before the end of this episode? I would fucking. I don't know. I'm not gonna zap myself in the neck anymore.
Michael take his shirt off.
I'll
I don't
fucking
remember.
take.
Yeah.
Well, if Rachel allows
Go
it.
ahead.
I don't
No.
remember you ever taking one to the neck though.
Look,
No.
look, Lloyd's getting.
Shut
I don't know.
like,
Maybe I forgot it. Maybe it got forgotten.
I'm zipping through these bears.
Burrs.
Because we're giving it. We're giving it to y'all. Why don't y'all, give it a little back?
Give a little love.
I look like a dumb guppy.
I do. I look like a fucking bubble guppy wearing this getup right now. I don't need these glasses. I'm gonna keep saying it, but I'm wearing them. I can't tell if I look more fucking awesome with them or less.
So, what's everybody gonna be for Halloween? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Did we ask this last?
I ask it to everybody every day. I don't give
Well,
a fuck.
I'm pumped because Saturday we're doing the Halloween party.
Yeah, don't forget Saturday night.
Saturday
yeah,
night.
so-
What are we gonna say? 11 o'clock. We're gonna start it at 11 and just
Oh.
let it go. No fucking.
Who knows what time? I mean, we could start it earlier than that. Well, maybe we'll start. You know what? I might just start it and let the motherfucker go.
Somebody
know.
said dumpster guppy.
Oh!
Yeah, you look like that Bubble Guppy that got hooked on to heroin and indie music.
I look like a bubble guppy that'll whoop your ass.
Spare some
All right?
change. Spare some change for some Starbucks. Spare a little change for the Pixies.
We're gonna go to this Pixie show
Zombie.
later.
Sylvester's gonna be a zombie mobster.
All right, so look.
Wilder said, "Can't wait till you guys are sponsored by Fleshlight."
I was gonna read that.
I would. If
sorry.
we had a Fleshlight sponsorship, that would be the shit, dude. I don't know why fucking Rogan ever dropped that shit. I would have held on to that shit.
Maybe they dropped him. I don't know.
It's possible.
I had
I don't know why. That's a perfect fucking endorsement for Fleshlights. I mean, I don't know. If you were gonna pick anybody,
Yeah, I mean, I'm jerking off while I'm listening to Joe Rogan. It might as well be with a flashlight.
they should make Joe Rogan face Fleshlights. It'd be fucking
Will would
hilarious.
have like 20 of them.
Yeah, I would have 20 of them because I want to
started-
fuck Joe Rogan's face.
I started that new
Somebody's
special
gonna
last night.
isolate that.
I didn't get to finish it, but it was pretty
I
funny.
watched it. It was.
We got 294 likes.
That's one more.
Woo!
That's one more
That
than
was
10
Lindsey
minutes
Smith.
ago.
Take your shirt off.
Lindsey Smith, no,
Take your shirt
Lindsey
off,
Smith,
babe.
no.
when she
I
was
got
here.
on the scale today. I was not happy.
Ah!
So what did you say? Rachel said she don't want you to lose any weight because your ass looks better.
I like to squeeze
Your ass
on
looks
his
better.
ass. It does.
You look better with that fat ass.
I'm definitely healthy. I'm definitely healthier than I probably
Yeah, you don't look Skeletor anymore.
ever
You
been.
never looked skeletal, man. You were just low body fat. You've always been low body
Yeah.
fat.
Yeah,
You
I'm
were
not-
never skeletal. It wasn't like fucking ribs showing through and
Yeah.
I don't
shit.
know. There was some.
Maybe
Well, actually, I think it was
Yeah.
just striations or something. Just
maybe
Straight
a
Asians?
while back
Asians.
you maybe were a little
Straight
bonier than normal,
straight
but
Asians. grab a seat, babe.
yeah, scoot one up, hang out,
I'm not gonna
take the back,
intrude
hold on.
on y'all's boy time.
What else?
You can take the back, try to get that rear naked choke in.
Oh.
You can work on it. And just talk while you're going at the same time. Anyway, I want to do something real quick.
Do it up.
Okay, so we're not exactly sponsored, but if you want to help us out with some funding for the show, head your ass right on over to letemknowpodcast.com. You're going to go to the website, scroll down just a little bit, motherfucker. Check out this link right here to onit.com. Anything you buy there, we get a little piece of. This link to datsusaro.com, or go straight to the URL www.dsgear.com/letemknow. And we get a little piece of anything you buy from Datsusaro. Makes a bunch of cool-ass hemp bags, gear, jiu-jitsu gis, all kinds
Why
of
don't
cool
you click on the
shit.
Datusara link one time and let's just take a look because there were some things that I thought were super cool.
Let 'em know.
I'm getting you that scarf.
Okay, check it out. Look, this I just ordered a pair of these right here. Real dope gi pants. These motherfuckers are
Oh,
hemp.
hey.
They're somehow or another naturally antimicrobial. They got a bunch of sizes. You can only get black though. I don't know. I think they're tight as shit. Right here you got Grace Gundrum and this chick. I forget her name, but that was a good fight. Just watched it the other night. Can't even remember who won, but it was
Go to
good.
the,
They got all kinds of shit. They got fight shorts. They got fucking jiu-jitsu belts. They got gis. They've got motherfucking...
Yeah,
The bags are probably. I mean,
dope.
Christmas is coming up, everybody, and the prices aren't terrible. The Battle Pack Mini is pretty dope.
I guarantee you that shit will last you the rest of your life.
Yeah, it's hemp. It is a super strong material.
Anyway.
It is what they say, 500 times stronger than cotton.
I
believe
don't
that's
even
what it-
know what the numbers are, but hemp,
100 times
if you've
stronger.
ever had anything made out of hemp, it's the shit.
Yo,
Hemp is the
my
shit.
boy Donald Jeffries. He said, "I want to get the gi next." I saw him
Dude, I don't...
talking on the Fighter and the Kid. You
I
know, he's
didn't-
on that on the group, and he was telling us on one of our threads about the show. He was like, "Damn." He literally just bought something off Datsusaro.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
that
saw
sucks.
that. Yeah, I mean, fuck it, it's all good. But hey, look. So anyway, also the last thing that you can do on there is there's another link right here that goes to Amazon.com. If you use that link and you buy anything on Amazon.com, we get a little piece of that as well. It doesn't change the price of anything. So if you're gonna buy something from Amazon,
I'm on Amazon a lot, so
and
that's
you
awesome.
and you want to help us at all, just go ahead and buy something using that link. Go to letemknowpodcast.com, scroll down, help us out some so we can keep this thing going. And fuck yeah, so there's that.
Yeah, George is getting wild out there.
George's
the World Series.
George's motherfucking Cubbies are on point.
His cubbies
George,
are out right now.
George,
shirtless.
is he shirtless?
Yeah,
right
bring him
now?
on in here.
His Cubbies are
He
out.
was shirtless when I got here, man. Dick's out for the Cubs.
So where's your dick, dude? Your dick comes out when you take your shirt off?
Ew.
It's tucked up in his.
Well, we were talking
Oh,
about
Hannah
being...
said, "Who's that pretty lady on the show today?"
Thank you, Hannah. I miss you.
Hannah won.
I know she's been commenting. We were
Hi, Hannah.
running a little impromptu ad there for a second.
Oh, man. So, I lost my place.
Datsusara.com has a $20 beanie.
Actually, you know what? I bet you Datsusara.com goes there, but it's
Yeah, tell Joe
dsgear.com.
about it.
/ let him know.
Joe probably knows about it, right?
I'm sure Joe's heard of it.
Let him know, Joe.
Let him know,
Let
Joe.
him know, Joe. I'm super pumped. I don't even want to blow up
Hey, Joe.
Joe's spot, but Joe's got a fight in December. I'm super pumped. I'm gonna be there.
Hannah, let Joe know that he should be on the show.
Let Joe know that he should be on the show. Let him-
You should Skype in one time before the fight. Or
Dan
after
Murphy
the fight.
Dan Murphy just joined in.
Dan Murphy in the house.
Said if you want to talk MMA, just call me.
Get him in.
I want to talk hair, Dan. The fuck I want to talk to you about MMA. I want to talk to you about your looks.
Talk to Dan about how to
Nah,
be.
we'll talk to you about MMA though.
Yeah, get him in.
We'll
Well, I
pepper
think-
it in there.
Dan wanted to talk about martial arts the last time that he was here with us digitally over the internet, but we didn't get to it. I don't.
Yeah, we talked
We'll
about
get
a
him
little
in.
bit of everything.
There's time now.
Yeah, we talked about all kinds of shit. You know, we got fucking pretty much an open schedule tonight because I didn't do any planning.
We're just
like
we're
an
just
asshole.
bullshitting. I mean, we should have
I mean, I got a couple things I want to talk about.
Wednesdays for us because it could change. It could be Tuesdays or Thursdays or anything like that, but it's been pretty.
It's been pretty consistently.
Consistently, it's been Wednesday. Thanks. I can't think.
Well, I don't know. You got a lot of people watching on Wednesdays.
Got a cramp.
Yeah.
That was weird.
You got a cramp
Yeah.
from what, Lloyd?
I don't know.
Quit making shit up, Lloyd.
Dehydration.
You're making up fucking reasons to touch your arms right
Because he
now.
hasn't
It's
been
my
on.
forearm. It's not
You
even-
gotta
It's
remember.
still it's still part of the arm.
Rachel,
Still part of the arm.
Will and I and Rachel, or Hannah, Will and I and Rachel are gonna try and be. Well, I know Will's gonna be there, but Rachel and I are definitely gonna try to go to Joe's fight.
Ooh, when?
It's in December.
10th, December
Oh, that's
10th in Ashburn.
I'm down.
Is it Ashburn?
Yeah,
It's
Ashburn.
Ashburn or Sterling?
Ashburn.
Right.
Represent.
Good. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I knew it was
I'm
out
so
that way.
down, dude. Joe,
Yeah,
That'd
no,
be
I'm super
awesome.
pumped.
I've never seen him fight.
I never have either, but
Well,
I'm,
this is Joe. Joe hasn't fought in a while. What is it?
Talking. Sorry.
Oh, I'm just so Joe hasn't fought in a while. Joe's a super cool dude, and I'm pumped to see him
Yeah.
get in a fight. This is it's a local amateur fighting organization. I think it's Cagezilla. The last time I looked was the small local fight league. That's one of them that's around this area. It's going to be in Northern Virginia, Ashburn, Virginia, in December. I don't know the exact date.
December 10th.
December 10th. So, if you're in the tri-state area, if you're in the DMV, then slip on down to Ashburn, come watch some fights. December 10th, Cagezilla. I mean, how can it not be a good time? You're going to go watch some martial arts.
Yeah.
I've actually never been to a local show like that, so I'm
Me neither.
I'm
Me
excited
either.
about
Yeah,
that.
neither have I.
I've never seen a proper caged MMA bout live. You've been to a couple live UFCs, right?
Just one actually.
Just one.
It was Lawler Condit.
Were you
Hell
like
of a fight.
Oh my god, that
fucking
sounds
A,
good.
yeah? Were you like 3,000 feet away or something? Because every time I look at tickets, they're crazy expensive. Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I went with my dad, so I had a little bit of help there, obviously. But
How close were you?
we were like mid-level.
That's not too bad. That
Couple
Yeah.
hundred feet.
I could see everything that was going on.
couple $100
But, I mean,
a ticket.
I'm really glad. I'm really glad that I got to experience it.
Yeah,
that was
fucking
that was a good one to get to go to. But in all honesty,
Better
like,
hold on. Better off looking at the screen, right? Than you
Yeah.
are.
well, I like to be with my buddies. We drink some
Yeah.
beers, fucking, just enjoy the fights together. Where when you're there, it's weird because you don't hear Rogan commentating. You're there, so like they don't have like the commentary.
It's all
Like,
noise.
yeah, you just hear the crowd and it's
Going
It's
fucking
pretty cool.
nuts.
But I mean, I was getting really pissed off by people that were
People around you.
filthy casual fans around me being like, "Oh, he sucks, take his head off," just being
Wearing
like
tap-out shirts and flexing
stereotypical
and
tap
not
out
knowing
wearing
how to
shirt
fight it off.
So
motherfuckers.
they
That's
just
right.
beat their asses.
Yeah. Hey,
You don't
how
want to
much
get in
is
a fight.
admission?
I'm still a lover, not a fighter. Even if I hate them.
You know, you don't want to just start
I
fights.
understand why.
I like fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, these-
Outside of non-professional shit. And I don't like fighting people that fight.
He'll start a fight.
No, that's the thing. I don't,
You don't anymore. You're a lot better about it.
no.
But you know who's got your back? Pretty much.
Rachel.
Well, I was gonna say you, but
Yeah. No, I never
Yeah,
used
you
to
don't
really.
need
I
that.
think I can remember like 2 or 3 times when I started a fight, but for several other times it was like people just start fights with you when when they've been drinking, and
yeah. Particularly if you're
there's people
If you
like
stand
you that have like a whole shitload of training and are like super humble and like, oh no, I'm a Jedi. Like, no, I can't do this. I can't fucking do this. And there's people like me. It's like, nah, this shit is. I'm not a Jedi. I am not.
I'm about to bite this dude's nose off.
Yeah.
I might get Murph to Skype in. I'm about
Yeah, no, let's fuck it. We can get Murphy in, Skyping in again. There's nothing wrong with that.
All right, that's my cue. I'm gonna go cut your wife's hair.
You're cutting my wife's hair.
I don't know why you're leaving.
Leave-
because I'm
leave a
about to
couple
leave, too,
inches.
for a couple seconds.
I'll
Grab me
take
one
your
of
chair
them.
for a bit.
Grab me one of them Miller Lights, Lloyd.
All right.
And if you're out there, smash that motherfucking like button.
Yeah.
Am I doing it right?
Yeah, you're doing it right. Steroids.
Where the likes at? Thanks,
Thanks,
Benny.
Look
I
who
love you. And Rochelle. I love you. I love you.
Oh my God! Look who showed up.
Oh, look at all my friends. Oh, John, where have you been?
I was right here though.
I don't know where
I don't know where I'm at.
Why are we
right
so Stallone?
I don't
He's
know where I'm at right now. Anyway, so there's that. That's a gimmick. That's a novelty right there.
We need to get Arnold in there
Arnold, I could totally get some
for
Arnold going on in here.
Mr. Knight.
And
He's
you're
not
over
gonna be
here.
able to make it tonight.
Oh, for LA.
LA Knight, yeah.
He's not gonna be in. But
Oh, for
next week or something,
Yeah.
probably we get LA
work
in,
on that.
and we're gonna make it rain money on these motherfuckers. So
Sorry. I'll let you.
what was it? Wow, man, Lloyd.
Why?
This is not the beer I was looking for either, but it's all good. It's all good.
What other Millers are in there?
There's a big white can of Miller Lite in there. There's
Love you,
actually
babe.
6 of them, but
Love
it's
you.
all good.
Blow Hannah
It's all
a kiss.
good.
I think
You know.
she's gonna miss you.
Blow it. Get up in the camera. Get up, all up in the
Nobody
camera.
wants to see it.
You're full of shit. There's 3,000 dudes now and in the future that are gonna see this on YouTube. 20 years going forward.
And
Sorry, guys.
if
They're
you
gonna
want to
be
get shot in the face, just fucking hit me up, bro. Slide in my DMs. I'll give you a general location, and I'll fucking shoot you.
Yeah, Mike don't play games. He's taking a page out of Daniele Bellelli's book.
Uh-oh.
But
Shoot people in the fucking balls.
He's taking it a step further, and he's kind of combining things with his own personal philosophy. He would rather shoot. Daniele's like, look, if I have not kicked them in the... I'm not even going to do it, Daniele.
Bye, guys.
You know, I can't do a
Bye,
good
love
Italian
you.
impression. But anyway,
Thanks, Rach.
Daniele Bellelli's like, kick him in the balls. Jamike's like, yeah, literally heard you. You said it earlier today.
What?
Talking about shooting people from a mile away.
I'd fucking do it. I mean, Jesus Christ.
You might want to extrapolate on what you mean by that.
Oh, yeah. In a video game,
Yeah, there you go. All right, well,
I would shoot somebody a mile away.
But so anyway, Jamike's gonna shoot you in the balls from a mile away. So anyway, I just want to. Speaking of that, I want to go into a story about a little hole-in-the-wall bar out in West Virginia called Long Shots. What was that? About 6 months ago?
Probably 4
All right,
months.
so we go out to the bar, and it's me and Jamike and Dustin and
Shane,
and Dee and my
Rochelle,
wife Rochelle
Benny,
and
Rachel.
my sister and Rachel.
Shannon
was there, yeah, and
Sloppy.
Tim Richards hashtag Tim Richards. But I don't know if
he
he's
got his own hashtag. Damn.
hashtag
Hey,
Tim Richards. No, Tim Richards is my buddy. I don't know if he's like the page or not. He's probably not even watching. But anyway, we were all out there at Long Shots, which is a little billiards, bar and grill out in West Virginia, and we'd been there for a couple hours. Me and Jamike and Dustin are kind of at the bar, waiting to talk to the bartender to get some drinks. And meanwhile, Rachel's like 10 feet down. She's ordering a drink from the bartender, and he starts chatting her up a little bit. And I could hear it immediately. My ears were tuned into it. Dustin could hear it. And Jamike definitely heard it. I know he heard it. So... Let's see. What did he say? What was his opener? It was
Rachel.
It was oh, hey, what's your name? And Rachel's like, "Oh, it's Rachel." And
He said that's a beautiful name. Do you want like a handshake?
Well,
and
yeah,
shit
well,
like
yeah,
that?
yeah. And then he was like, "Dee told me she was bringing some really cute friends or something."
Yeah, but I didn't think you were gonna be as beautiful. and all
Yeah,
this
but he's
stuff.
like, "But I didn't think you were gonna be this cute." Or something along those lines. I'm probably butchering it, but it doesn't. You get the point. So anyway, Jamike just interjects. He says, loud enough for damn near about the entire bar to hear. He says, "She swallows my cum."
No.
It was.
Dude, the bartender's face.
He looked like he
I
was.
said, "Oh yeah, bro," but she swallows my fucking cum, and the bartender's face just goes. And the dude,
It was
there was like this
ridiculous.
little confusing thing, and he like kind of like he like took his little rag, like threw it over his shoulder and shit, and like being all like high.
He's like, that's cool, bro.
I don't drink
I
at
don't know.
bars.
Yeah, he was stone cold sober.
Like I honestly just pounded like 5 Red Bulls, and you can just imagine how amped I get.
Yeah, the guy's he's got a short fuse on him. But so you might be listening to this and thinking, Will, you might want to talk to Jamike about cooling off a little bit. And you know what? Sometimes, yeah, but for the most part,
Don't sometimes.
I gotta don't no, shut up. Don't look. I don't know. You go chatting up my wife. I'm probably gonna say some dumb shit too.
Yeah.
But the guy was obviously.
What are you doing? And then he was like, "I'm married," and I was like, "Why don't you?"
Yeah,
fucking
exactly,
act like it
exactly.
then?"
That's the part that got me. Is that after that? I mean, I could immediately smell scumbag all over this.
Oh,
guy.
yeah, and then it
so
was-
I didn't have any problem with what he said to the guy.
And then
personally,
it was,
I'm just saying. Occasionally, you run
his
your
little
mouth.
bartender crony was like, "Hey man, you better calm it down, or we're gonna 86 you." And I was like, "From what? You're not gonna serve me any more Red Bulls? I'm not drinking."
Yeah.
And then he was just kind of like, he was kind of blown back like that, like, "Oh shit!" I was like,
Yeah.
"It's not me, maybe.
It's him, maybe.
It's maybe your boy over here, fucking doing some grimy shit."
Anyway, it just.
But we were sizing up the whole bar after that because the whole
Oh,
thing
no.
had like flooded
Yeah.
out, and we had a good 1,000 pounds of meat in there.
Oh yeah, well there's
Ready to roll.
Dustin at a solid 300 and some change. And me, and then Shane broke his neck earlier, so he was sitting that one out. But
He tried to do the worm.
I don't know if
Shane-
you guys even knew he's on right now.
Yeah,
Shane is.
Yes, he's chatting up.
Shane damn near did a fucking headstand on his neck, dude. It was somehow we got into a dance off with some people next to us. You know what happens under the influence of probably way too much alcohol. Anyway, I'm gonna reiterate one more time. I don't need these glasses. I don't need them at all. So we're just gonna pass them off. So
Was that episode 1
which one?
when you were like, because it was actually, it looked pretty cool on camera. You were like, I actually don't need these glasses, and you like threw it
I
towards
just threw 'em.
the
I
camera.
should have threw them.
You threw it towards the camera, and
It could have
was-
been
it was-
episode 1.
it was kind of.
There's so many episodes. It was kind of sexy. There's so many episodes now. I don't even. I've lost count at 11. Never could count very high.
We're getting old here on Let 'Em Know. Pretty soon, you know.
So
The episode 100.
Dick's out for Harambe. Here's Lloyd riding a gorilla. You know, it's kind of off topic, but I just wanted to bring that up. You sent it to me a little bit ago, and you know what? It seemed right. So there's Lloyd. You know, Dick's
I was
out.
screaming at the top of my lungs.
Were you really? Where the fuck were you? That was in Florida,
That
right?
was Busch Gardens.
Busch Gardens in Florida. You're screaming at the top of your lungs.
People were looking at me weird. It was okay though.
Screaming Dick's out for Harambe and screaming legalize marinara.
Fucking right.
Again, that's legalize marinara.
For Harambe.
Legalize marinara for Harambe. He gets relief from seizures from marinara. Oh man. This
You want to preview this short video?
what is it?
It's me, Ryan, and Jeremy there.
Slip it in the
I
DMs.
want to preview it before it goes.
Well, get that volume out of here. Get the audio out of here. But
Steal me Lloyd's headphones real quick. Lloyd, can I use your earbuds real quick to listen to this short excerpt? Because
so he wants to.
I have a little bit of cauliflower and it's contagious. So you
bullshit.
It's contagious.
Fucking talking to me.
You know,
Do you really
there-
have cauliflower?
if
in
that
your
Not
mouth?
shit-
that much.
if that were-
as
if-
far as how much grappling I've done in my life.
Let me
I
see.
don't-
if that shit
Which-
were
Is it on
contagious,
both?
You gotta touch it.
if that shit were contagious,
Oh,
a
yeah.
Yeah,
thousand
there's no dip in that ear.
a thousand
This ear has a dip.
motherfuckers with tap out
dip.
shirts would be
Yeah,
rubbing
dip in
ears
this
on your dumb
What is it
ass.
again? Oh yeah. That's all right. I never got it, but I mean,
You know, it's funny. I was a guinea pig for one of like a sports medicine trainer guys. He
Took
came
a
up-
vibratory sander and just laid it on your ear for 28 hours.
kind of more interesting actually.
Really?
It was like silly putty that he drained out my ear. I was the first person he ever did it on, and he drained my ear, and then he put like this putty material to like keep it compressed, and it hardened. And I walked around high school for like a week with this green putty in my ear, and people were like, "What the fuck is that?" And
Yeah, but could
Was
you
it-
grapple with that?
yeah, I just put my headgear over it.
Oh, so you were wearing headgear on top of that. Yeah, all right.
I always wore my headgear in practice because it helped me sweat more, just to keep the lbs down.
Yeah, trying to cut that weight.
I was always cutting way too much.
That's why you're so goddamn short. Is your dad short, Lloyd?
My dad is 6 foot,
See, I'm telling you. They say
Well, my
that
mom-
shit though,
my-
for real, don't they? That
but my
stunts
mom
your
is
growth?
5 foot, and I'm
Yeah,
5'6".
Okay, so your mom is a somewhat short woman.
she's short. 5 foot is short for sure.
It's not okay. She's
5
into
foot
the
is
short
high.
category, but she's not crazy short for a woman.
No,
She's not. That's not crazy short.
I guess. I think the average.
That's
height
about
for a
as
woman
short
is my height actually. 5'6".
Yeah, that's about as short as you can get for a woman, without being like, damn, that chick is short. But 5 foot is still. I don't know. I know several chicks. who are
Anyways, it
5
makes
feet.
sense that I'm 5'6". If you really think about it, that's kind of. I mean,
It's right in the middle, but
Yeah.
that's. I'm not sure that's how that works.
yeah, maybe it's not how it works because I've definitely seen people that have
Because you're
like
also a
average
dude.
height dad and then a short mom and then he's taller than both
They're
of them.
fucking
but-
8,000 feet tall. It's like Rich. Rich is 6'5". How tall is Rich's dad? Rich's dad's fucking. He said he
6'1" or
was.
something like that.
Rich told me his dad, like his real dad,
Yeah.
was fucking short as fuck, like my height.
compared to him,
It's just 6'3", short to Rich. No, Rich was saying his dad was like my height. I could be completely wrong. I'll have to ask Rich.
Okay, that is podcast appropriate.
What was that?
It was
Can you what?
I don't know if you want to do
Send
it
it to
now or my.
Well, just send it to me. We'll get it
service
queued
is
up.
terrible.
Heather says she's 5'3" for the record.
Okay,
said it?
girl, that's what's up.
I don't know.
Heather Ann Pfeiffer. Heather Ann Pfeiffer's 5'3".
Are you related to
See, that's not-
Michelle Pfeiffer's?
Pfeiffer? That's not short, Heather. 5'3" is not short for a chick. That's like, I mean, is it short? That's not short. It's like
Close to average.
it's probably a little under average, maybe something. I don't know. I'm about to look this shit up. Actually, the last time I did this, I went down a rabbit hole.
She just said
We are at
the most-
296 likes.
She just said the
Holy
most badass dude I knew was 5'6". Was that me?
Who, she said that?
Me?
No, she's got to be talking about me. But I'm actually an inch taller than that. So,
Benny said that she's 5'3". Is she? I feel like
Probably that bitch stay wearing heels.
yeah.
That bitch stay in boots.
that bitch stay be wearing
She stay
heels.
be booting.
Big ass, thick old heels on them. Beth could do like a weird fetish porn where you go stomp dudes' balls and shit.
Ew.
Like she would, they'd probably make a living doing that shit.
Count me out.
No, I'm not into it. I'm just saying there's a shitload of people that are.
Yeah, I saw. Unfortunately, came across that on my feed one day. Just
What, stomping
one of
balls
those-
and
yeah,
punching shit?
on
Yeah.
one of those weird pages like Absurd or something.
Oh yeah, well with all the weird fucking pages that we're involved with in Facebook,
God damn it.
you can see all kinds of shit. But yeah, I search it out personally. I don't want it done to me, but I do. I look it up on purpose. I'm dead serious right now. I'm always serious. Probably the most serious guy I know. Don't laugh at that. That was a dead serious joke.
Yo, should I hit up Dan?
Yeah, I mean, we can get Dan in. I'd love to get Dan in again.
What's
That'd be,
the app that he can get so we can see each other when we're Skyping?
It's Manicam. What are you talking about? Like for the show?
Mhm.
Yeah. So we have a problem with the show where when we Skype with people right now, we are. The video is one way, so we're sending the video out to you live on Facebook, and the other person that Skypes in is sending the video to us. But because we're sending the video out to you, I can't also send it back to them, so they get a black screen. So there is a way around it, at least that in theory that I've looked up and have been working on, but I haven't pulled it off yet. The only thing I'm concerned of is like a loss of quality and whether or not I'm gonna have to buy the software because I'm a cheap bastard. And again, shit, we get a couple bucks, certainly enough to, if I need it. Hit up our sponsors. Go to the website, levelnopodcast.com. Help us out. Smash that motherfucking like and that motherfucking share button. Get more people in this bitch.
We are 4 away from 300 page likes.
Said call him when we're ready. All right, Dan, stand by. We're gonna hit you up in a couple minutes here.
Hopefully this thing doesn't die. We haven't charged this since we got it.
Well, we don't need it. Actually, I charged it the other day.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, our intro?
Well, we're gonna.
No, this
intro
is
music.
you can hook your.
Well, we're gonna call him up on Skype.
Oh, Skype. Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. That's right.
Because
Never
we
mind.
got Dan on Skype. We got Dan on lock.
What is this?
That's the speaker.
That's our speaker. But I will play some Matt Tebbett's beats on that thing in a fucking heartbeat.
Real quick. Probably, maybe even too quick. Alright, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go ahead and get Dan in this bitch.
Yeah.
Dan, we're calling you, baby.
It's about time. We got solid numbers right now, too. 20.
20? Yeah. Shit's gonna pop up to like 1 billion.
My main man from New England. Oh shit, that's right. Gotta get the fish.
If your boy answers, would you like to leave a video message? Nah. Just let that bitch keep ringing. Dan, you picked a bad time to go piss, brother. Trying to get a hold of you.
Oh.
Call dropped. I'm sure we'll get a return call in just a minute.
It's alright, bear with us, people.
You ain't gotta bear with shit, bitch.
Okay. You know,
Or you can.
for sure. You know, maybe just don't have to be that aggressive about it.
I was raised in the streets.
There we go. Alright, I'm gonna check the audio. There he is.
What's going on?
Dan motherfucking Murphy. Again, Dan, sorry. Sorry that you're not getting any video from us. I wish you could get the video from our end as well. I'm working on it. I was just talking about it. I'm working on it.
Don't worry about it, my friend. It's a little weird because I got the iPhone 6 Plus, which is like obnoxiously big. So, like when you turn the...
That's what she said!
I turned the camera like horizontally because that's the way you guys said you like it. So like,
Yeah, no, it's...
look at my... Looks like I'm looking off, you know?
Well, did you watch the live feed last time?
A little bit.
Not the live feed, but the afterward, you can watch the whole video. Anyway, if you watch it, like right now, we got you up in the corner and shit. And if you have it turned sideways, it makes it even smaller. So, you know, we're just trying to get the full,
Damn.
you know, 16:9 aspect ratio, 1080p resolution of Dan Murphy's beautiful fucking face up on this screen. But we got you crammed up in the corner. The part...
Did you do that
Jesus
today?
Christ, I told you, man, it's with a straight edge.
Was that today?
The motherfucker pulled out a straight edge for this shit.
That was done today. And when you wear a collared shirt these days, let me give you some fashion tips. I know you guys watched The Fighter and the Kid. And top button is in. I'm telling you, top button is in.
Oh, god damn it.
Conor McGregor, one of you bums is wearing a collared shirt with not all three buttoned up, but that's the style these days, man.
Yo, Dan,
No, you know what? None of us are wearing-
give your boy Kyle Mack a shout out real quick. He's with us live.
Kyle Mack's watching. What's up, Kyle?
Kyle Mack, I love Kyle Mack. Kyle Mack is a good motherfucker. He really is.
Hell yeah.
He's a good kid.
He's a good kid. He's a good kid. He's older than you, motherfucker.
Make no mistake about it. I'll whoop his ass though, and he know. Nah.
Yeah, no, he knows. He knows you'll whoop that.
He
ass.
just said how much does Murph spend in haircuts and hair products in a month?
Actually, you want to know? I can tell you how much I spend. We'll say $30 a haircut, which I get every 2 weeks, so that's $60, and then the hair product's probably like $10 a month, so $70 a month.
$70 a month? That's not that bad.
It's worth it!
To look that good, I don't know, man. That sounds like a good investment to me.
Have you tried fake prescription sunglasses, though?
No, I don't do that. I own sunglasses, man. I've never been into the, like, I already look like preppy and macho enough. Like, to throw on the shades too, it's like, fuck, you know, the motherfucker better be rich. That's what people think, you know, and I'm not. So,
Sorry about that. Had to check on some audio, but yeah, fuck yeah, that thing is worth it. $70 a month for that?
$70 a month. Babe.
I feel like if I go to the barber and like show them a picture of you, and then be like, yeah, I want that. They're like, sorry, kid, your shit's jacked up.
Shit, I was spending over $70 a week on weed for sure. Like, well, more than that in college. I could have been doing much smarter investments than that. God damn it.
Are you a weed smoker, Dan?
You know what's funny is I like that topic nowadays of like medical marijuana because I'm a big believer in that because I know people who have epilepsy and things like that. I smoked a ton of weed back in high school, 17, 18, 19 years old. I sold weed. That was like my first entrepreneurship. I remember I had a girlfriend and I sold weed and I remember starting with like, you know, I don't know what it was back then, like $70 for it. I think that back then it was probably like $75, $80 for a quarter of weed, and then, you know, working my way up and selling it and making more money, and then, you know, I had like $2,000, you know, and I thought I was fucking rich. I thought I was a businessman. I smoked a lot of it too, but that really introduced me into kind of like, I guess, business, you know, and that's as small of a business as you could get, but that was, you know, at that point, it was like, I don't need to work a job, you know, I can fucking do this shit. And yeah, I did like smoking weed, and then something happened, you know, once I got into the opiates and started doing, like, I got into drugs, and smoking weed, it would just, like, besides the fact that when you're on drugs like that and then you smoke, you get like so fucked up. But also, weed makes you think. And when you're doing a lot of wrong things in your life, you know you're not doing the right thing, you know you're fucking your life up, and then you smoke weed, you start thinking like, God damn it, I need to get my shit together. Why am I spending all this money? Why am I doing? So I just kind of abandoned weed
because you didn't want that thing you didn't want it highlighting the aspects of your life where you were fucking up, right?
Absolutely. Exactly.
I'm telling you right now, and I've told people this, and they'll laugh in your face, but I'm telling you, I'm dead serious when I say that. Yeah, if I'm doing something where I've fucked up or something in my life that I should fix, if I'm high and thinking about it, that shit is like right in your fucking face. It won't allow you to ignore your fucking problems. You know what I mean? I mean, you're dead.
Sure.
Okay, so that being said, I wanted to talk to you about this real quick, and let me know if I want to know your perspective on this. So I'll get into this in a little bit more detail later, but I was reading an article earlier about the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration in the U.S. Actually basically gave research to the DEA and made a suggestion to them as far as the legal scheduling of marijuana. So we know recently the DEA slapped down viciously an attempt to try and get marijuana or cannabis scheduled differently than it is now. Not at Schedule 1, meaning that it's amongst the most dangerous and most addictive and worst possible thing that you could do. It's up there with fucking heroin and what else is up there? LSD, I think, which is also ludicrous. But so they shot that down. They shot down trying to get that scheduling lowered to Schedule 2 or Schedule 3 for cannabis, so that we could start to open up some more research into cannabis and its effects and its medical uses and stuff like that. So apparently, Vice did a Freedom of Information Act. They went, via, however you would say that, they went via the Freedom of Information Act, and actually they got some pushback from the FDA. The FDA didn't want to give it up, so they appealed the Freedom of Information Act thing. Eventually they got the information that they were looking for about what the FDA gave to the DEA, that basically was the FDA's suggestion to the DEA to keep cannabis at Schedule 1. And one of the things in there, I mean, it goes into some pretty deep detail, but they were talking about cannabis, and they specifically noted in there that they said that its effects as a quote-unquote gateway drug are non-existent. It's not a real thing. It's the idea that cannabis is a gateway drug to other shit. There's nothing that is scientifically verifiable to back that up.
I feel like any kids that are gonna get into hardcore drugs are gonna do pretty much like all the drugs that are accessible to them. So it's easy to act like, yeah, weed is a gateway drug, because that's probably one of the first easy drugs for you to get your hands on when you're a younger kid. So
well, part of the reason is because it's illegal in the first place. That's because especially 16-year-old kids, all they want to do is do shit that their parents and the principal at the school and their teachers and everybody doesn't want them to do. Because a lot of kids, it wasn't really me.
Just to break the rules is what you're saying. Go ahead,
but
Dan.
a lot of kids want to be rebels. But anyway, Dan, I wanted to know what you thought about that, since you have you got pretty heavy into opiates at one point in time, and you're talking just now about how you smoked a shitload of weed in high school.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. There's no definitive answer. Is opiate a gateway drug? I mean, do opiate addicts typically smoke weed first? Yeah, but it almost kind of seems like everyone smokes weed.
Exactly.
Guess what else I did before I did opiates? I drank alcohol.
Yep.
You know,
Damn right.
I did ecstasy. Which one was it? Did I do ecstasy because I smoked weed?
Shout out to alcohol. Cheers. Sorry, drinking.
Because I mean, it's like anything. First of all, though, before you even get into something like that, well, what is the Food and Drug Administration? What is their goal, right? The FDA funded a long time ago by the Rockefeller and all those guys. So, I mean, we kind of know what their agenda is.
Yeah, that aside, I'm with you. But what I read as far as the research that they did and that they handed over to the DEA, most of it was relatively reasonable shit. I mean, they were saying, I mean, they said a couple wonky things, but what they said was basically that they suggested that there was more research that should be done as far as the medical uses of cannabis. And I was like, well, that's not what I expected to hear coming from the DEA, but that's what they, or coming from the FDA, but that is what they told the DEA. And I didn't expect that. And they also said that it was not a gateway drug, which is the opposite of what I expected this federal regulating body to come up with in their research. But nonetheless, that's what they said. But then at the end of it, they suggested to the DEA that cannabis continue to stay at Schedule 1, but that more research on cannabis should be done. So it's kind of a, I don't know, I mean, how much can you bullshit people? Because everybody knows at this point that it's really fucking innocuous. And I mean, a ridiculous amount of people have done it in their life and not fucking nose dived their life into a fucking ditch because of it. I mean, if
right, yeah, I mean, it's like there's two different ways I look at it. One, I look at it is human beings should be able to do whatever you want. It's really hard to make a case against weed when we have alcohol. That's the number one thing.
Yeah.
Secondly, you just because even if someone does something harmful, like I'm one of those people who believes that all drugs should be legal because I don't like. I mean, more people die from heart disease. There's really no proof. I mean, opiates are getting to the point where you can prove opiates are worse, but there's no proof that there's really like no proof that cocaine is worse for you than Coca-Cola. I mean, if you want to go pound for pound, death for death, I mean, Jesus Christ. But my bottom line is you can't stop someone from destroying themselves. You can't put someone in jail because they want to smash their head off a brick wall for them. If I want to walk up and decide that I like doing this all day long, it's illegal. It's like, no, we suggest that you don't do that, and we can help a human being who is caught up in that cycle, but you can't just make something illegal, you know? And then on top of it, I think there's two different ways. I do believe medical marijuana is fantastic. I love the way that they have that. This is a whole other conversation, but the whole CBD oil where you can take the THC out and it's helping people with seizures. And
yeah.
But I also am one of those people that I believe, especially in a young human being, a 15-year-old child who is smoking weed all day, every day, who doesn't know what the THC is in it, getting it. I don't believe that is a positive thing on people. I'm not saying it's that bad, and it certainly isn't worse than alcohol, but I've seen a lot of cases of young people who smoke weed all day, every day, and are less motivated, and a lot of times it's because of the paranoia that weed can. Does it mean it should be illegal? No, but I think there's better ways. I think if people would just, rather than saying it should be illegal and people should get thrown in jail, it should be something that should be taught how to be used, because I think weed can be used the right way, but I also think it can be used the wrong way. You know what I mean? We all know that one friend who like sits in his room and smokes.
100%. 100%.
And you can tell that it's holding him back, whether it's a little bit of paranoia. A lot of times, like I said, weed will bring out where you're at in life. And when it brings out where you're at in life, it almost just is a good guide. It's just something that tells you where you are, but it doesn't motivate you to kind of go out. So a lot of times people smoke weed, they smoke it all day, every day. They kind of get paranoid, they kind of get shy, and then they get stuck there.
Well, you know what I think? You know what I think that is? I think a lot of people have built into them genetically an addictive personality.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, that's really what I think it is, because I've known people that were like that. One of my friends actually died from a heroin overdose. I talked to him about, I talked about him, I think the last time we had a show. Briefly, Chip, a guy me and Jamike both knew, but that's how he was when we were like 16, fucking 15, 16, 17. Yeah. That dude all day, every day smoking weed, and eventually that turned into something else. But it was because he had an addictive personality. He had an addictive lifestyle altogether, or he was just prone to being addicted to shit. So he was compulsive in that way, and once he got on a kick of something, he was all about that shit. I mean, until it changed. Sometimes things run their course, and then other times, that thing runs its course on you, like in particular opiates and shit like that. So, but it's like, it's been shown not to be something that causes a physical dependency on it. Cannabis, THC. But some people, they get a hold of a feeling or some sort of sensation that they get. It makes you feel a certain way, and maybe you fall in love with it that first time. In a lot of ways, that's kind of like what love is. I mean, love in a lot of ways is a chemical. It's a chemical process that takes place in the brain.
Research that showed that certain opiate addicts fall more in love with other opiate addicts than you and I would fall in love with each other without it. Which is why if you see certain people used together, that's, male, female, male, male, female, female, like you made that bond through drugs that is almost, if not more, connects you with that person than sex or love, because you've shared this great feeling, which it has rocked your mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's like almost anything that's experiential. I mean, you hear the same thing about soldiers returning from war, have a super deep bond, and having been in combat in warfare. Could you grab me one of those?
Sure.
Thanks, man. Grab me one of the Miller Lights in there this time. So, and it's because you've been through a crazy ass experience with each other, where you're dependent on each other. And in a lot of ways, I don't know, drugs can induce that effect where you feel like you're dependent on, and it's just you and just the other person, and you're going through this experience together, and you're dependent on each other to make it through to the other side or something like that. You can get that feel, that effect from that. So I kind of understand. I kind of understand where you're coming from with that. I hadn't heard that actual study.
No, I saw that like 4 years ago, but it makes sense because if you see people fall into
There's Budweiser's.
Opium addiction,
Sorry, Lloyd.
it's usually in pairs, or it's usually one person gets drawn down the rabbit hole, or if you want to call it that, or whatever, into the addiction more than the other person. But it doesn't really matter because it's a synergistic.
This is what I was talking about the whole time. Sorry, Lloyd.
It's
Human beings feel stronger. Human beings feel stronger when they're together, and you're always trying to justify it. It's hard, man. Like, I know what it's like to go and buy drugs when you shouldn't be buying them, and you don't really know why you're doing it, and you find comfort in doing something that you shouldn't be doing with another human being, and then also that other human being knows what you're going through. You can't use drugs in front of someone who doesn't do drugs because they're like, why the fuck are you doing that? Yeah. So someone who gets you, because it's hard to tell someone, I want to be clean, but I'm still using drugs. A normal, sane person is like, well, then fucking stop, dummy, So that person kind of knows exactly what you're going through. But to tie it back in with what we were saying before, the reason this gateway talk and all this shit is because people don't want to take responsibility, and everyone wants to place blame. No one wants to say it, but the reason a lot of young kids are overdosing is because they don't have what it takes to stop. Just like a lot of people don't have what it takes to get their ass up and go to the gym, or get their ass up and strive for. The only difference is, if you don't strive to eat better, and you stay complacent in the life you're at, the only problem is that what you're doing has different effects. Meaning, if you're complacent with not going to the gym and not eating healthy, you're just simply going to be fat. It'll eventually catch up with you and kill you of heart disease when you're older. If you're complacent with being addicted to porn and to jerking off all day, you're not going to have a fulfilling relationship and things like that. If you're addicted to shopping online, you're never going to be able to save up money and do the things you want to do. The problem is that those addictions are all exactly the same. For you people who watch a lot of porn, try and quit jerking off. It's harder to quit than heroin. Believe me, I've done it. I've been addicted to both. It's hard to quit. I'm telling you. But the difference is when you're addicted to fentanyl, you're addicted to heroin, your clock is fucking boop. It's the same thing. Quitting it is just as easy as quitting anything else. It's just you have to fucking nut up, face your fears, be disciplined, and go. But the difference is that addiction fucks you up way quicker.
I hear you.
Quicker, your money goes quicker, but it's the same shit. Quitting smoking cigarettes is harder than quitting dope. It's just you can get away with it for longer because no one wants to say anything.
It's socially acceptable.
Exactly. That's the same thing with alcohol and alcoholism. I mean, you can say that about just about any addiction. Yeah, speaking of alcoholism, let's fucking drink that.
We found the right beer.
Hey, look, I don't know. It's all in moderation. I mean, everybody can... Moderation, I think, is the biggest part of that argument. Some things it's hard to say moderate. It's like, do heroin in moderation. It just doesn't sound that great.
I've heard people say they do.
I've heard people say they do too. I mean, you hear of people that
a little
are
bit
fucking
is
90
okay.
years old and have been doing heroin their entire life, but it's rare. I mean, it's rare because that shit grabs you by the nutsack.
But people are addicted to certain feelings that when you talk about people that are like chronically obese or like chronic masturbators or anything like that, like there is a feeling that somebody gets that they cherish more over a certain feeling that you may love more, which is what I always thought was like more interesting because like who doesn't fucking like an orgasm? I mean, really.
We literally were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, I mean, a fucking orgasm, it's fucking great. And
yeah, and you're thinking, you know, shit.
And who doesn't fucking love shoving a goddamn quarter pounder with cheese in your mouth and that shit feels good? I do. McDonald's puts dope in their shit, but it's some like I don't even have to chew on a goddamn quarter pounder. It just goes down. But everything has like a repercussion from it. With what you were saying earlier, like if you fucking just sit there and watch porn all day long, you're desensitized to that feeling in the real world. Like there's no way you're gonna just capture that all the time. And I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just spitting.
No, but yeah, it's the drugs. It's very empowering and very eye-opening, and I wouldn't change it for the world because I realized how similar it all is. The only difference is when you back yourself up into a wall like that, and you have an addiction like that. Because we all have these little addictions that hold ourselves back. And addiction is basically anything you do over and over again, even though you know it doesn't have a positive effect on your life. You want to change it, but you don't. Why don't you do it? I want to jerk off to porn less. I want to stop eating shitty food. It's the same thing, and guess what? It's just as easy, dude. I'm telling you, there's just this. More people get into drug addiction and then stop than end up eating healthy and then switching and eating really clean. More people, believe it or not, even though it doesn't seem like that, it's changing now because a lot of these drugs are like getting really strong, and a lot of these kids are dying before they had the chance.
Well, apparently, fentanyl, however you're supposed to pronounce that, is I mean, having major effects. And the company that has created fentanyl is lobbying in Washington or Oregon, one of these states, in a huge way against medicinal marijuana because they know, and I had this conversation with Jamaica earlier, that one way or another, I mean, there's going to be a certain percentage of people that are going to turn to cannabis for pain relief versus the opiate industry. And boo-hoo for them. Yeah, I mean, how much more intense is fentanyl than like street heroin? It's supposed to be by a factor of fucking some crazy amount. Yeah, it's hundreds or some crazy shit. I mean, it's ludicrous. There was some outbreak recently of a bunch of people that died from street heroin that was, you know, laced or cut or whatever you want to say with fentanyl.
You look it up. You got oxycodone, which was the terrible drug that was in a drug called Oxycontin, which was killing everyone. And then everyone was going to heroin, which is a lot stronger. And now there's this stuff called fentanyl, or morphine, which is even stronger than heroin. And then you got fentanyl, which is even stronger than that. And now there's a drug that's actually out there called carfentanil. So picture CAR and then fentanyl, and that's actually elephant and rhinoceros tranquilizer. That's found out there, dude. They administer that stuff into rhinoceroses with like hazmat suits on, and they're finding dead 18-year-old kids with that shit.
Jesus.
It's unbelievable. It's like 100 times stronger than fentanyl, which makes it like 10,000 times stronger than heroin.
No, there's some sort of crazy statistic that I read the other day about more people dying from fucking opiate addiction at this point in time than it was something else. I mean, it was man, god damn it, now I can't remember it, but it was more people dying from prescription opiates, I think, than there were fucking car accidents or some crazy shit recently. I'd have to, yeah. I mean, the numbers are staggering. The amount of people that are getting fucked up from this. I mean, it's ridiculous.
If there was a disease going around that was killing as many people, dude, Ebola came around and shook up the United States. It didn't even fucking kill them. Imagine if there was a disease that was killing only young people, and on top of that, that disease was found in random products in CVS and being sold. Because that's exactly what's going on. These drugs that are like literally fentanyl comes from a factory. You know, it's a synthetic opiate. The synthetic opiates are the worst. Believe me, they're worse than heroin. Actually grows in an opium plant. So the ones that are made in the laboratory are actually the worst. But like I said, imagine these drugs are being administered or being brought out by people in lab coats. Like if people really understood how bad that is. But at the end of the day, like I said before, drug addiction, people are more scared of it than it needs to be, because I hate to say this, but it is a decision. It's a disease, but it's a decision, and you have what it takes to stop doing it. Just like I'm telling you, man, quitting sugar, man. Take sugar and put it out on a table next to cocaine. You can't even tell the difference. You know that feeling? You know that feeling when you know you should eat healthy? You guys know when you know you should eat healthy, and you know you should go eat the dry tuna, but the pizza just looks too damn good, and you know you should just drink water, but the soda looks too damn good. Guess what? That's the exact same fucking feeling when you know you should go to work, but going to work high as fuck just looks too damn good. It's the same shit. It's the same shit when you know you shouldn't jerk off, but you fucking just feel like fucking doing it, and you do it, and then you regret it. It's the same fucking shit. And when you go through that, when you back yourself up into a wall where you say, you know what, I have to quit this addiction or else I'm gonna fucking die, or I'm gonna lose my girlfriend, I'm gonna lose my credit, I'm gonna lose my money, I'm gonna lose my kids, I'm gonna lose everything, and then you beat that and you realize, all I had to do was nut up. You start nutting up in every other aspect of your life, because it's like, you know what, why I should just eat healthy now too. Might as well. If I can quit that, how fucking hard can this be? And then you get into it and you realize, actually, holy shit, it's just as hard. But you've already beat something like that. A lot of people, and I don't wish drug addiction upon anyone, but they never conquer anything in their fucking life. They never go out and go for that job that they should go for. They never go out and start that podcast they know they should do. They never go out and go to the gym and stick with it. They never do shit. And I'm happy that I got addicted to drugs, because it forced me to nut up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotta say though, I think that the only reason that you're on that side of it is because you have been victorious in what you're trying to do and get on the other side of it. And a lot of people unfortunately never make it that way. Maybe they're intending to, you know, at least I think my friend that died like 5 years ago, I think at least from the way that he was talking and shit, it sounds like that's what he was trying to do. He would do good for a while and then he'd relapse or whatever, come in, and it ended up in the worst possible way for him. He died. You, at least, you know, right now, everything is fucking beautiful and great. And, man, that fucking makes me feel so good for you.
Well,
and
there's a lot of luck involved. There's a lot of luck. Here's the thing. There is luck involved, because I easily could have already been dead. But looking back now, if I had died before, it's just because I didn't nut up early enough. You know,
yeah. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm with you. Yeah, you gotta take control of your own shit. You gotta look at what you're doing. That's what I think a lot of people don't do, is they don't ever look in the mirror enough. And I mean that as more of a metaphor than anything, but you gotta look at what, you gotta stop everything you're doing every once in a while and go into a damn near meditative state and think and look around and see what the fuck has been going on in your life. What's been going on this past 6 months? What's going on with your finances? What are you doing wrong? What are you doing right that you can keep doing? What are you doing that maybe you could tweak a little bit and make better? Well, you gotta look around. Some people are maybe too in the moment, maybe too much. I don't know. I'm probably that's maybe not exactly what I'm looking for, but some people are too interested in what's going to get them going right now. I think that then what's going to be good for. I mean, I know guys that when I was like 15, 16, 17, that they would tell you right then and there, and of course 15, 16, 17-year-olds are retarded as fuck anyway, but I'm not going to live to be past 22. I'm not going to be, I'm going to be dead before that. I'm like, cool, man, but maybe, I don't know, that sounds like shit to me. Maybe you could just change some of the dumb shit in your life and live a little bit longer. Maybe do something else with it. I mean, I don't know. A lot of it comes from people, I think, that grow up in bad situations too, and they never have any semblance of hope in their life in the first place.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know exactly what I'm getting at, but it's just kind of off the cuff shit. But
No, I'm just saying. I mean, to tie it back into it, like, with your friend that died. I mean, I'm one of those people who, when I'm talking to the addict, I'm very like, you know, if I'm working with someone else, I'm very like, this is your decision, and I'm not saying this to make you upset. I'm saying this to empower you, because you have the choice. You do have the choice. You weren't dealt a shitty hand. You weren't one of those people. There's people who were born with, you know, certain diseases, especially certain mental ones that aren't their fault, you know, and there's nothing they can do about it. But I'm also the same guy that when I hear someone saying, like, look at that fucking dopehead, fucking bum, it's like, fuck you. I'm also the guy that will, fuck you, you don't know what he's going through, you know. So I'm on kind of both sides of the fence, and it is a disease, and these people do need help, and it's not something that, like, people should be thrown in jail for. I mean, unless they're breaking the law because of it. But I don't know. I'm just. It is sad that it's going on. It's sad that so many people. I mean, I don't know what it's like in your town, but in my town, man. Kid died. You don't think anything of it anymore.
It's fucked up here too, man. It's huge. It's like epidemic proportions at this point in time. I mean, it's worse than it was 5-6 years ago when my buddy died. I mean, this shit just continues to escalate. I mean, and at least according to the numbers, and it's all in that age group, right around fucking 16 to like 21. I mean, all these young kids just keep. Fuck, man. It's so harsh. But, you know, I'm with you at the same time, in the same breath of air, that none of this shit should be illegal. I mean, and for a couple reasons. I mean, if you can go down to 7-Eleven and pick up an opiate, at least that opiate is going to be weighed, measured, they're going to know the potency and the purity of it. And, I mean, I'm saying that, you know, I'm not one of those guys that thinks you need to regulate everything, but I do think that the FDA does do an important job when they do it right. But in one aspect of that, if we were going to have things that are legal, they should be regulated to a certain extent, that you know the purity when you look at the package, you know the how fucking. Well, anyway, the purity is really what I'm talking about. You know exactly what you're getting is what I'm talking about.
And just because you make it legal, though, doesn't mean you have to keep it a prescription. And like, I still think that if you're selling the stuff, if you're taking these drugs and sucking the gel out of the fentanyl patches and putting it in syringes and selling it or doing anything like that, it should still be legal. It's just when you catch, you know, when a young kid who has an opiate problem and he's not selling it, he just gets caught with it on him, or he gets caught with a baggie with residue on him, like just shipping him off to jail, like it doesn't do anything.
It doesn't fix anything. 100%.
I mean, I also think that you should be able to just go buy a bag of fentanyl at 7-Eleven, but you know what I mean? It doesn't. It's a different thing. I mean, even cough syrup is not.
Oh no, cough syrup's fucking terrible.
Well, no, it just depends on what you do. I mean, well, okay, let me. All right, cough syrup is terrible when you go out there and buy fucking some random thing of cough syrup and don't even look at the ingredients on it. But I mean, dextromethorphan itself, which is what you get high off of when you, well, one of the ingredients, well, the ingredient, if you're doing it right, offhand, dextromethorphan hydrobromide is what you get high off of in cough syrup. And that in itself takes a ridiculous amount of that product by itself to kill you.
Oh, yeah.
So if you go out and do it in a safe way, which there are ways to do it, and I know because I was 17 and I did a lot of homework. And there are ways to do that dextromethorphan itself pretty fucking safe and with very little consequence. But the problem is that you can't do that legally. If you could do that legally, then you wouldn't have kids snatching bottles of cough syrup off the shelves in fucking Food Lion. I mean, you wouldn't have kids grabbing the you know, whatever's left, the Courcine cough and cold with shit that makes people bleed from their eyes and shit. Which is another thing that my buddy that died a couple years back was, like I was saying, he got into certain things and that was the shit for a while. He somehow or another got into Courcine cough and cold, and that was his shit for a while. And I was telling him over and over again, but the motherfucker wouldn't listen to at all. And a lot of friends that I knew didn't listen at all. I was trying to tell people, but it's got too much other shit in it that you can't have that much of, or it's gonna fuck you up. And thankfully, I don't know anybody that died from it, but a ton of kids died from. I don't even know what the fuck the ingredient in that was, but it was some sort of nasal decongestant or fucking something that was killing people in that shit. And but yeah, I mean, if it were legal, first off, if it were legal, I think a whole lot less kids would be doing it because there'd be a lot more information about it. If something is more socially acceptable, the rebellious crowd of people have less things to rebel over in that sense, if that makes any sense. And then
It's true.
I mean, I'm totally with you though. Like I said, in the same breath of air, that as long as you're not doing anything that hurts somebody else, you should be allowed to do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, that's where I'm at.
Right. It shouldn't be illegal. Just because you don't recommend doing something doesn't mean it should be illegal. If that's the case, then we got to get rid of Wendy's. You know.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm on the boat of it's my body, and who the fuck is gonna tell me what I can and can't do to myself to say? I mean, you don't own this. Like, if I want to fucking shoot myself in the head right now, I fucking can.
You can, but for some reason, somehow or another, I think there's laws against suicide.
I'm pretty sure suicide's illegal.
How ridiculous is that in itself? That our tax money goes to people sitting around in a giant room talking back and forth about whether or not it should be legal to kill yourself.
Yeah.
What the fuck kind of bullshit is that?
No,
I mean, I think
but at the same time,
This is America, damn it!
you can't.
I'm gonna kill myself if I want to.
If I want to
Goddamn
chop
right.
off, if I want to chop off my own arm, surgically get my arm amputated, which people have done, which you can do legally. How are you going to sit there and say no? You can't put a certain chemical compound into your body or anything like that. And but I'm a grown ass adult and paying taxes. Like that's it's my body. How are you going to fucking sit there and I'm pro-choice, which a lot of people were like, well, that's murder and everything like that. Well, I don't see anybody fucking adopting 10 fucking kids at a time, so they can, unless they have 10 kids that they've adopted, then they shouldn't fucking rock your goddamn bumper sticker.
I don't know if
what do
you're.
you think about that? The whole was someone just saying something?
No, you go.
No, go ahead.
What do you got? The whole abortion thing. I was talking to someone about that. That's an interesting one. I'm not even really sure how. Cause like I like the whole pro-choice thought that a woman, because like with rape and these crazy like extenuating circumstances, but then it does kind of breed a lack of accountability, because it's not that hard to not get pregnant, and a lot of times we say, like, what do you guys think as far as like, you can say, well, in the first week or two of pregnancy it's not really life, yet if we found a fucking amoeba, right, a single-celled organism on Mars, we'd be freaking out saying there's life on Mars.
Yeah, exactly. So first off,
I was just gonna say, a lot of states still have the fucking death penalty, and you can sit there and say, oh, this person killed somebody, eye for an eye. You're killing a person, and how are you gonna say? I'm sure that person doesn't want to get fucking killed. They may have killed somebody that didn't want to get killed, but that's not his choice.
As far as that's concerned, okay, so check this out. So that eye for an eye. I mean, most of this stuff is biblical in origin. This is basically comes from all sorts of different religions, and obviously a lot of people's perspective comes from religion. But let's just go out on a limb here and say right now that the very first part of the First Amendment has the separation of church and state piece written in. And it's in no uncertain terms. It's very obvious what it means. And word for word, I'm not going to be able to quote it to you right now, but you can look it up, and I guarantee you. But, so, all I'm saying is let's not look at this through the lens of religion, and let's do something a little bit more scientific, like let's draw a line at what a life is. Because And I had this conversation with my dad the other day. My dad was super upset that he's like, you know, fuck Hillary Clinton, and I'm right there with him. Fuck her. And he's like, you know what? Fuck Donald Trump too. He's like, none of this shit makes any sense. This is bullshit. And I'm like, Dad, what about Gary Johnson? And I get it. A lot of people have problems with Gary Johnson, and that's all fine. I'm not all about him either, but that's who I'm going to vote for. And the reason is because I'm voting against the two-party system that we have set up right now. So I want anything other than a motherfucking donkey or a motherfucking elephant to win. I don't want an elephant or a jackass in the office anymore. I just don't want it. I don't want this red-blue bullshit going on anymore. So that's why I'm voting for that. But my dad was like, yeah, but Gary Johnson is, he's not anti-abortion. I'm like, okay. Well, so I was like, look, there are girls that are ovulating now that are 9 years old. And the youngest woman that is, I mean, shit, I don't even know if you can call her a woman or not. But the youngest person to have ever had a child was about 100 years ago, and I don't know her name, but you can look, there's another fucking item you can look up. She was like 5 years old, got pregnant.
Damn.
And I was telling my dad, I was like, so say a 5-year-old, not even, let's give the number a little bit more credibility. Let's say a 11 or a 12-year-old girl gets knocked up, gets raped even, and gets knocked up. Are you going to make that girl carry that baby to term? Because if I'm her father, I'm not. I'm telling you right now. I mean, and the idea is that, yeah, she can give it up for adoption or whatever. And yeah, that's all great and everything, but you're going to make a 12-year-old girl go through the trauma of childbirth? And then you're going to take the child away? I mean, you can't, this is a ludicrous thing to ask. But at the same time, my perspective is that at a certain point in time, it is a life. And I think that a lot of the hardcore left doesn't want to admit that at a certain point in time, you really are destroying a human being. That's where I'm at on it. So, and I don't know where the line is drawn. I don't know where an embryo becomes a human. And I don't think there is a solid line that draws there. I don't think, just like most things in life, there really is no black and white. There is no actual cutoff to this shit. It just kind of slowly comes into being. It's like when you fall asleep at night. You lay down and you're like, all right, I'm going to go to sleep. And then could you nail the exact time down to the second that you fell asleep? No, you can't draw a line. You have this blurry mess that happens right before you go into sleep, and all of a sudden you drift off into unconsciousness. Next thing you know, you wake up. It's not black and white. Nothing in life is. So where does an embryo become a human being? Some people say it's when it's viable outside the womb. I say a lot of 20-year-olds aren't viable outside the womb. So I don't. In all seriousness, what happens when we create an artificial womb that can take premature babies and bring them to term? I mean, what is viable anymore? I mean, the definition of when you become a human is not really defined. So there's a problem there.
Chris says heartbeat. Just heartbeat.
Heartbeat? Yeah. I think heartbeat is there's nothing wrong with deciding that as a cutoff, if that's where your personal cutoff is. But I even got my dad, who's a hardcore conservative Christian guy, former fucking special operations in the Marine Corps. My dad's a hard dude, worked hard, he's a smart guy. I even got him at that point to say, basically, Dad, where's your line at? Because he was like, there's the plan B. And I'm like, Dad, but at that point, that's a fertilized egg. Is that not life? And he's like, what my argument to him is, what I'm getting at is, my argument to him was that where is it that you draw the line? Everybody has to draw a line to where we have to draw a line first at what is exactly life before we can say, and everybody's got to agree on it. And nobody's ever going to fucking agree on where that line is.
It sounds like we wouldn't have this conversation if we had better Planned Parenthood, and if birth control was more readily... Oh, what are you eating?
I got some chicken, broccoli, and some boring ass shit. You know?
All right, don't worry about it. If Planned Parenthood and birth control and condoms and things like this and sex education were better funded, more talked about, more readily available, we might not have this conversation.
You're right, and people, and meanwhile, there's a lot of places in the U.S. that still, in their sex education program in public schools, teach abstinence as a form of fucking what's the term? God damn it!
Birth control.
Birth control. There you go.
Yeah.
And obviously, the urge to fucking dump loads is way too powerful for that shit to ever work. It's not going to work like that. So, I mean, you have people still teaching abstinence, and then meanwhile, at the same time, you have the hardcore right rallying together in order to, I mean, you've seen it for the past year and a half or so now in a big way, defund Planned Parenthood after this video, or, you know, this fucking at least partially bogus video about selling aborted baby parts. But the fact of the matter is that abortion under the Planned Parenthood's what is in their books is a very small percentage is of the money that they get of our tax money anyway goes to abortions and shit like that, at least as far as I understand.
Yeah, I mean, birth control. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest, because there's so many. I just feel like I totally understand people who are pro-choice. I get it. I get it. I just feel like it's like, when is it alive? When is it not? I mean, bottom line, if you didn't kill it, the thing would be born. Period. At any point that you kill it, it could have been born. I believe it's not that hard to prevent pregnancy, but I personally feel it should be pro-life with extenuating circumstances. I mean, I know a girl who has endometriosis.
I'm with you.
The odds of her getting pregnant are like less than 0.1%, you know, which sucks. But if she did get pregnant, now her life is at risk. She is a high risk of her dying or something like that. And
fuck.
I know, like, you're supposed to die for your baby, but I understand how scary that is, you know? Like, especially if it's your girlfriend or your wife going through that, it's like, fuck,
yeah.
No.
This baby could die, and you could, like, it's, and now some fucking asshole and some douchebag in a fucking polo who's got his button all the way up and a gay haircut says that I can't abort my baby because, you know what I mean? So I think it should be pro-life with extenuating circumstances. If you're a perfectly healthy 26-year-old person who isn't smart enough to not get pregnant, I think maybe you should have to have that baby and then decide if you want to nut up and take care of it or give it up for adoption. How's that sound?
No, I'm with you all day in that. I don't know. I'm somewhere in the middle on this, but
Yep.
I can also say that I have a whole other perspective that I look at sometimes, and it's kind of nihilist or fucking existentialist or realist or something. But at the same time, the human population is rising to a point where we can't. I mean, we can't take care of everybody. I mean, this shit is getting crazy. The amount of people that are here, and I mean, I don't know.
People already complain about how much taxes are.
I mean, it's
like
I'm not saying
when it goes to the far right of people that are so pro-life, but complain about every little tax that they get on stuff. You realize that.
Yeah, what happens when your 38th child ends up in the hospital and you can't afford to pay the bill?
10 years when we're plus 10 more million people in America. I mean, I just made up that math, but the taxes are going to get more. I mean, you're going to have to be paying for these kids that are going to grow up to be fuck-ups like everybody else that can't take care of themselves, or a kid that goes through a life of what is that, orphanage after orphanage, foster care after foster care.
Well, we know that living in poverty has a detrimental effect on the outcome of people's lives. tons and tons and tons of data that points to saying that growing up in poverty has...
Hey, wait, I'm going to say, okay. I don't think it should be up to a panel of men at all.
Sure. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Like, this conversation
Well, I mean, yeah,
is
no,
like,
well,
null.
that's you're absolutely right there in that our representative democracy is not exactly representative of a cross-section of the reality of what we live in day to day. It's not. I mean, what what our representative democracy is a ton of rich old white dudes. And look, I'm a white dude, but I'm not rich or anything like that. I may be fucking privileged in some form or another, but that's. I mean, I'm just saying. That's a whole other. That's a whole other step. I mean, our representative democracy is not representative anymore. It's just not.
What? My sperm has life in it, right? That's fucking life.
Yeah, but without fertilizing an egg, it's gonna die in fucking 2 days or whatever. Anyway, once it hits the fucking fleshlight, they got antimicrobial shit in that bitch like a doctor.
But it does, right? My sperm.
It is alive.
My sperm swims like a little fucking tadpole. Like, it has its own, like, if I'm fucking this up, somebody correct me, but...
No, you know what? I don't know 100%, but I do believe that you would consider sperm its own individual microorganism.
Yeah, I have these microorganisms, like, millions of them. And nobody's out there saying, like...
I've got billions, personally.
Yeah, well, there are people saying, like,
you
can't just, oh, yeah. You can't, maybe in one nut of my 5.
Well, my other one's slightly smaller, but it's still a lot. It's way too much nut.
It's just weird that having an abortion in week 18 of a pregnancy, which is getting a little late, but people still do it, is, hey, you know what? Fuck it. I just don't feel like having a baby. High fives, guys. She's not having it, guys. We're getting an abortion.
So would you be for criminal punishment for late-term abortions then?
Yeah, right? I mean, I guess if I have that appointment. I mean, I don't know.
It's a legit question.
My point is, that's tough. I mean, I guess.
That is a hard question, yeah.
If you like I was saying, if you abort a baby at 18 weeks, it's high fives all around. I'm glad we don't have to deal with that. If you do it at 36 weeks, the millisecond that baby is born, if you do it, it's the worst crime in human history. Killing a newborn baby. There is nothing worse. You're the biggest sick fuck you could ever be. You're disgusting. How fucking could you? You should be hung. You should be stoned to death and at the 50-yard line of a Super Bowl. But if I did that same shit 12 weeks ago, fuck it, high fives all around. It's funky, and I get it's different, and I'm trying to be very like literal here, but it's certainly a strange debate,
Okay, I'm gonna go into a little bit of my like personal history. When I was 17, my girlfriend at the time was 16, and she had an identical twin sister who was also 16. She got pregnant, right? And the parents of both parties, so my girlfriend's parents and the soon-to-be baby's daddy's parents, more or less said, you have to get an abortion. And she didn't want to get an abortion, and he didn't want to get an abortion. But
wow.
It was something that I had to see, my girlfriend at the time had to see, and it was really rough for her. I mean, an identical twin sister was...
I'm leaving.
Super... Sorry, hold on.
I love you.
Love you. And
I like
at the time was... I mean, it was heartbreaking, dude. I worked with the guy, and we dated more or less the same chick, because it's identical twin. I mean, they look fucking the same, but one was... I mean, dude, she was pregnant AF. Like, there was, a noticeable bump and everything, and, like, the day that she went to go get it done, like... my friend at the time was like, I can't believe this is happening. And he was rocked. She was rocked. And the whole situation was bad. And after me noticing, it's like, what? I couldn't see somebody that would want to get one under any different circumstance. But at 16 years old, with, in high school, I don't know. It was an extremely shitty situation that I'm glad it didn't happen to me. I'm glad I didn't have to go through it. It was hard to even watch from the third person in real life.
Think about that. Like, what's more sad? I mean, what's more sad? 100 women who have to give birth to a child, which is supposed to be, the most exciting time of a lot of people's lives, the most joyous times. What's more sad? That 20 or 100 people having to give birth to a baby that they don't want, or one person having to give up a baby that they do want? That's awful. A father out there who just wants that baby, but the mom's like, I don't want. Like, that's sad, and they don't show that side of abortion, they'll never show you that side. And let me tell you, I'd like to see the statistics, maybe I don't know, but I bet you like 15 and 16-year-olds, which I think, I certainly understand those abortions a lot more than just some 25-year-old who doesn't want to get pregnant. But I'd love to see the statistics on what percentage of abortions are people 17 and under. I'm sure it's large, but I bet you it's not more than 50%. Would you agree on that? Or rape victims or something like that. I'm sure the majority of them are people who are just like, I can't have a baby because I just don't have a good enough job yet. Basically, kind of people sort of making excuses, right?
I agree, but I obviously don't have the statistics in front of me to be able to prove that. But yeah, it seems like a pretty safe bet.
I would say that the rape abortions is probably a lower statistic than it's just not a opportune time in my life for a kid.
Right.
I would put money on it, but then I'd obviously go straight to hell. And but like I said earlier, it's my body. Who the fuck are you?
Right. That's true.
And people like, what if the chick just really doesn't want to have a fucking kid and just drinks bleach?
Well, I mean, that's the other argument against. That's the other argument. The one that's real big to me is like, I don't know. Like I said earlier, my dad's a big time conservative Christian. He's a hard ass dude. I love him to death. I love both my parents a lot. They're good people. They're great people. They raised me well. Well enough to be where I am right now. But at the same time, I know if I were a 14-year-old chick who was pregnant, I would do literally anything for my dad to have not found out.
Yeah.
And I know that there's a lot of people that have it even worse than that. Way worse than that. My dad wasn't a bad guy. It's just fucking very religious and a hard ass. I mean, the guy was a former drill sergeant in the Marine Corps. So, and like I said, I love him to death. My dad could watch this later. Dad, I love you. I love you more than anything in the world. But what I'm saying is that as a 14-year-old girl, as a 17, 16, 15, 14-year-old boy, I didn't have. I wasn't going to get pregnant, to be, obvious about it. But if I were a girl who got pregnant, especially in, maybe, I don't know, man. My dad would have freaked the fuck out if I was a 14-year-old pregnant chick.
Yeah.
Dad, you know I'm not lying if you're listening to this. But, but worse, I know that there are people that have it much more strict and much more whatever. And maybe that's good. You know what? Maybe it's good, but I kind of doubt it because shit happens. You fuck around. And a lot of this shit is against human nature. People want to fuck. People start wanting to fuck when they're like 13. And that shit happens. So you got to tell kids about this shit. You got to tell kids how to not get pregnant. And that's half the problem.
Right. The thing is, too, is that another reason abortions are so prevalent, and it's another underlying reason that no one wants to talk about, is why don't people want to have babies? Because they're expensive and it's hard. Well, why is it so hard? Because the dollar's worth nothing, and it's so fucking hard to get ahead in life. Because I bet you if I said, all right, you're having a kid, fuck, I'm thinking about getting an abortion. All right, but because I'll put $150,000 in your account. I know that's a lot of lessons. You would be like, you know what? This seems a lot more doable now. This doesn't sound sad.
Yeah, fucking A, dude. I could have almost damn near bought my house outright with that.
Huh?
Sorry. I was just saying, $150 would have been ridiculous.
Okay.
No, $150,000 would be massive. I mean, my house was $152,000. I'm paying a ton of my money every 2 weeks. Goes to my house. I mean, what I get paid a month. I don't want to talk about my finances, but let's just say that $150,000 is a lot of money to me.
Right.
I mean, something like that would be
$50K though. My point being is like,
yeah, even $50K. I know.
You know what? I'd like to, actually, you know what? Let's put it more in this perspective. A lot of people, when you try and think like, what would it be like to make $20,000 a month? It's hard to wrap your brain around. But imagine if you made the income you made right now, right? But a brand new nice car. You make the same money you make right now, but a brand new 2017 Hyundai Sonata. It's not great, but it's worth the money. Went for $3,000. So now all of a sudden you feel it, and your house didn't go for $150,000. Your house cost $29,000. Like, just imagine if life was that much easier. When you went grocery shopping, to fill the entire fridge cost $34. To go fill your gas, it cost $4.
You mean like the
Having a
1950s?
kid would be so fun.
Yeah, fucking A, dude.
A Conor McGregor pay-per-view cost $4.
Yeah, fucking A, all day. I got that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. A new pair of shoes, the new Kanye West. They're super expensive. $50. Like, regular life would just be so much easier. Oh man, I'm having a kid. Diapers are gonna cost me $10 a week. This is gonna be so rough. Not really, but the fact that it's gonna be fucking $200 a week or whatever the fuck ridiculous price. Maybe that's too much, but you know
Nah,
what I'm
dude,
saying?
diapers.
The point is, abortions are so prevalent because people don't want to have kids. People don't want to have kids not because they don't care about human life, but because they having a kid now is detrimental to your own life. That's the problem. Is that having children and reproducing and keeping this world up is scary. It's just like college. You know, people are scared to do it. Having a child is. Building a family used to be something that was sought after. Now building a family, it puts you at financial risk, and that's an issue that no one wants to talk about. How about you want to stop abortions? Well, how about we fucking make it so a 19-year-old kid can go to school, work part-time, and actually fucking have a life? Because nowadays we get kids that are graduating school, they're in student loans, they get entry-level jobs, they're doing everything they're supposed to do, and they're still broke as fuck.
$100,000 in debt.
How about a kid that
$100,000 in debt through student loans.
Exactly. How about
anything like that?
Jeez.
And we're talking
Holla at your boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus Christ.
Without getting a degree that you'll take 30 years to pay that off.
I mean,
Well, 20 years to pay that off.
So,
okay, but
you're in debt till you're 40.
I find it funny that the people that are pro-life are also the same ones that are against a $15 minimum wage.
Yeah, I find it hilarious.
Which is like, okay, you have to be raised into this shit. Like you have to give birth into this shit. Like
Pretty
your
much.
life is shit right now. You're already fucking dying and fucking paycheck to paycheck. You have to fucking raise a kid in shit.
You
Wallow in it for the rest of your life, and a matter of fact, make generations of it. Because the little shit that you just made is gonna fucking make another little shit in 14 fucking years, 15 years.
younger, the poorer you are.
And fucking 14 years from now, the minimum wage is gonna be $10.50 fucking cents. $12 maybe.
Oh, the economy went better.
Yeah, yeah. And,
Yeah, I don't. You know, it's. Oh, fuck, man. Got us all stirred up over here. Dan
Yeah,
Murphy.
Dad.
I know it's too bad though. Like, I mean, I'm not on I don't know shit about like finance, but like, it's just too bad. It's just too bad that the dollar wasn't, or whatever, inflation, that the price of things wasn't at a point where, you know, any kid who was working and making fucking, you know, $2,000, $3,000 a month couldn't live on their own. Like, I know that's not a lot of money and stuff like that, and I'm not saying they should be balling outrageous, but it's really sad that in order to live in a one-bedroom apartment, if you want to live somewhere nice, especially up in the Northeast where I live, I know it's different down there, but wages are different too. Like, man, if you want to live in a one-bedroom and, like, you know, anywhere near the city, you're paying more than $2,000 a month for this apartment. So, you know what I'm saying? If you want to live in a nice apartment in Boston, one bedroom, you're looking at like $4,000 a month. What the fuck? You can't even. How the fuck are you supposed to go to school and afford that? You like literally you have to make good money, which good money for fucking someone our age is like, you know, just getting out of school, 22, 23 years old. If you're making $3,000 a month, you're doing good. $3-4 a month. You know, kids in sales jobs can make more money and stuff like that for sure. But you know, then with the student loans and, you know, you and your girlfriend are each paying $900 a month to fucking rent an apartment, and then you got your car costs $250, and then your car insurance, and then, like, my fucking cell phone costs over $100 a month. It's just How the fuck am I gonna have a baby? Yeah, fuck it. Let's kill the baby because we can't fucking survive. You know what I mean? That's what it's come to. It's like, let's just kill our baby because we can't do it. You
Yeah,
know?
dude. I got 2 of them because I don't know. I couldn't have an abortion. If my wife got pregnant right now, I'd have another kid.
Oh, nice.
At least, I mean, look, my wife, it would also be my kid. We'd have to talk about shit. We're not even talking about having another kid. I don't want to have another kid. We're taking measures to not have more kids. Mm-hmm. I got 2 kids, though. God damn it, they're awesome.
Yeah. Kids are great.
Fucking amazing. My favorite people on the entire planet. Easily.
I love your kids, Will.
Right.
Everybody loves my kids because
The
they're
thing is,
fucking awesome.
I don't
And
know
I
about
love
you
Hayden.
If
I
they
love
cut my bills in half, if they cut my bills in, this is how I am, and I know everyone's not like that, but imagine if every bill you have was cut in half. Your mortgage, your rent was cut in half, your car bill was cut in half. You would have so much more breathing room, and I would be more motivated. I wouldn't be like, yeah, it's more money for fucking partying, bro. Let's work less hours. No, that would be like nice. Now I actually have the money to go start that business I wanted to start. Now, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Maybe I can't start that family now. That's how I would look at it. I feel like the world would be better. Yeah, some rich people would be less rich, but I feel like, and would there be people who take advantage of that and think like, fuck it, now I can work 28 hours instead of 40 and still live the same shitty life? Yeah, you're always going to have bums like that, but you're also going to have people who will take advantage of it and do more good. And, you know, kids can't go out. Like you said, you know, high school kids, they're not looking at, no one gets out of school looking to build anything. You're just looking to try and buy shit and, like, live and have a cool pair of shoes and just survive. Everyone's just in like survival mode. No one can thrive anymore. You know, that's why it's cool that you guys are doing the podcast. But at the same time, there are cool ways to make money on the internet. So there are. It's actually a good time. This is a good economy to make money. You just got to know how, and no one's going to teach it to you. But like what we're doing right here, this is one of the good ways to do it.
I guess, man. Well, you know, we're not trying to make money. I mean, but if this look. If we could do this instead of work, that would be the shit. But that's not the goal. And honestly, truth be told, the total sum of money that we've made from the podcast is like $3.75. $3.70. And that would be because of a sale that Datsusara got from me. I think I bought a pair of pants, and I don't even know if I'm technically allowed to do that. So if that fucked up, please,
insider
Chris,
trading.
I think that we need to make
Chris O'Dell. I'm not trying to make a profit from buying your pants for myself.
Yeah,
He's
I
like,
think that we
whatever,
need to make
fam,
Dan
bought
aware.
pants.
But cancel it if that's not allowed. But anyway,
I saw
so,
Dan's eyes raise when you said $3.75, and that is $3.75. I'm pretty sure.
and 75
Yeah.
But here's the thing: you guys are just starting in this shit. Like you got to make, dude. The fact that you're even able to make a fucking dollar doing this shit. Think about that, man. Like
Yeah.
people, like. So cool, the $3.75. I mean, I know you bought the pair of pants, but even if you did get someone to buy it, like it's, I don't know. It's just that's an avenue to make money in this world that there wasn't. I mean, it does bother me that like you can't go and get a degree and become and work for a steady company and make money, but there are other avenues to do it. You know, so and you guys realize you just fucking started. You know, so things kick off, and I stick with it, man, because it's weird how things just like pop off and no one knows how, you know. Look at like Dan Bilzerian was talking about how these hot ass bitches are just fucking posting pictures of their ass getting paid fucking 6 figures, you know. So
yeah, I just got a really cool comment on the live feed that I want to read out. I'm not gonna say your name because I don't know you, but he just said, "I'm a single dad. It's tough. I do everything for my boy. I go without so he can have. Yesterday my son looked at me and he said, 'Dad, you're my best friend. Love the podcast, Jamichael. You're an awesome dad to Hayden.'" So I thought that was pretty cool.
That is cool. Yeah, that little kid doesn't give a fuck. That little kid just knows. That little kid doesn't even understand what money is yet. You know, he's just running. and that's a cool thing to have. And if you guys build the podcast like you said, like genuinely looking to just like give out good content, it will grow. It will. It can't not. That's the cool thing about it, is if you just keep putting it out and keep putting it out. Like I said, even if you guys maxed out at $500 a month, that's so cool. Like I did something like that. I did network marketing. Honestly, network marketing kind of sucks. It's that business model that everyone hates, because you get your friend hitting you up on Facebook asking you if you want to buy shit. I did something like that for a while, working with a company, and I was able to like get enough people to do it, and I was making that. Like I had a couple like $1,000 checks. That was the fucking coolest thing to me. That was like, oh my god, just from like ordering a product and then telling my friends about it and getting them to order it and then getting them to tell people, it was like advertising dollars that they were giving me. I thought that was that just opened my eyes. Like, wow, like I can make
no
money
offense,
with
but
a job.
basically like Pyramid Scheme 101 type shit.
Yeah, well, the company I was working with was sponsored by the Phoenix Suns and stuff like that. It's by the Charlotte Bobcats, who are owned by Michael Jordan. So it was like
somebody would have talked shit at you as you were trying to sell it to them. Is the point I'm trying to make, and be like, you're trying to give me this pyramid scheme shit. I've heard this before. Blah blah blah.
It wasn't a pyramid scheme, no. But was it also was it a sustainable business that could go on forever? No. So was it legal? Yes. Was anyone getting screwed? No. The only time that you could make any money was when someone else bought product. So it was all transfer sales. Pyramid schemes are basically when there's no product and it's just money being transferred through hand to hand. That's a pyramid scheme. It's easy. They're actually pretty easy to run and get started. It's basically just like, all right, if you give me $500, I'll give you $700 back. Okay. But then what the problem is, I'm just
right now I'm out.
You know how that goes. But when there's a transfer of product, but bottom line is, I was able to make cash without working a job, also without having to sell weed, selling drugs or some shit like that. I thought it was the fucking coolest thing of all time. This company said, hey, congratulations, kid. You made sales for us, and we'll give you money, and we don't care that you did it in your underwear on Skype. So I thought that was the coolest thing.
No, that is really tight. Why don't you do that anymore? Is it just...
Well, it's just rip-off, man.
Why don't I do it anymore? Because the only way to make money is to obviously continue to get it to grow. And in business is all about timing, and there's only you have to get into that business at the right time in order to make a lot of money, like every other business. But the only way to get people to continue in the product is by lying to them and telling them that they can make a lot of money as well. So can they make some money? Yeah, but there's only so many people in the world. So like, it was cool though. I mean, I couldn't go through the whole business model right now, but like I said, it 100% wasn't a scam. But what was a scam was telling people who are really, really down in your downline that they can make as much money as you can, because they really technically they can, but there's like really not enough people for them to do it. So I believe you're selling a dream and not a product. Even though every dollar you make was made legally, you're making a lot of those legal dollars by telling these people that they're gonna get rich when they're probably not. So that's basically what it was. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it seems.
Yeah, I mean,
Fair
I know
enough.
you're talking about in the form of like a product. When there is a
You've
product to be
already
had.
absolved that social network that person is going through, and they have to expand out more than you already did for them to get that product out more than you did. Is what I'm getting.
Right, yeah. So, but how it worked is like it was kind of like a pyramid, but it wasn't. So, meaning you joined on one side of a system, and every time someone bought product in that leg of the system, you got points. But then you had to go out and build another side. So, yeah, there was product, and you were getting credit for a product that was being bought inside your system on one side, but then you had to go out and start like another leg of the system, if that made sense. And then when you got them going on both sides, that's how you made money. That's why it wasn't a pyramid. So like you said, the only way you could ever make money in this is when there was a transfer of product. So that's all it was. And basically the company, rather than paying, Red Bull pays $9 billion in advertisement money. They said, fuck advertising, billboards, and stuff like that. Just fuck those traditional advertising. Let's pay the consumers of our product to promote it, because guess what? That's what they do anyway. Think about it, man. Every time, if I said, Skype is so amazing, guys, It's so great. I love Skype. It's so good. They're never going to give me $1. Every time you say, oh, man, you guys got to go watch the UFC. It's the best promotion. You're never going to get $1. Every time I say you got to watch Conor McGregor, he's such a good fighter, he's never going to pay me. All we do is buy things and tell our friends how much we like about it. These companies said, fuck it, let's pay these people to do this. So there are legal ways to do it, but it's a funky business model, and it's not right yet, if that makes sense.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I follow it.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah. Yep.
Are you in a hotel room?
No, I just live in I live in an apartment building that.
Oh, okay. I was looking at the sprinkler. I was like, oh shit, what is? Because I don't have sprinklers in my house.
It kind of is though. Like,
But-
that's the problem that me and my girl don't really like about this place. It was built. It's really nice. Like we got the granite countertops, and we're right outside a hotel. I'm gonna show you guys like what it looks like outside, right outside my room. It's kind of cool. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's like an IMAX theater down there. I live in a cool part, like right outside Boston. But yeah, it definitely like it's got all white walls. It definitely feels like I live in like a really nice hotel.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I just no, it makes sense, perfect sense that you're in an apartment building. I've been in them, obviously, that have had sprinklers before, but like I don't know. But I saw that and I'm like, damn, because I don't know, I've never lived in an apartment building. I don't know.
I was actually admiring your cabinetry in the kitchen earlier. I wanted to say something, but we were talking about something else. It would have just been weird to be like, hey, nice cabinets, by the way. Just because I used to work in custom cabinetry, so it looked like nice.
Yeah,
Nice shit.
This building was built in 2013. It is cool. They call it like resort style living, but it does have a hotel feel. Meaning like there is a gym. There's a nice gym in the building. There's no pool because we're in the city. But like my key to get into the apartment's like electronic. Like you go boop and then unlocks the door. It's all new age. What I really like the most though is that so you pay a lot for these places, but like if my light bulb went out, all I do is send an email to the people downstairs. Basically, you got like there's 4 people. There's 2 girls, which are like leasing consultants, and then there's 2 managers who are basically here to just kiss your fucking ass. If my hot water heater started leaking right now, I would just leave. I'd make a phone call and say, hey, the hot water heater's leaking. They come fix it for free. If my fridge stops working, they come fix it for free. If my toilet stopped working, they come. So I like that because you look at me. I'm not Mr. fucking handy fix it. So I'm enjoying that like apartment kind of lifestyle for now. And even though you don't get as much for your money, that's for sure. If you owned a home.
I used to literally work maintenance crew in an apartment complex, so that's kind of funny that you said that. Me and you are a lot alike in a lot of things that we both enjoy and appreciate, and then we're also very different in that aspect of how we make our money.
I pretty much fix everything, and so does Jamike.
Yeah.
So that little booper that opens your door and shit, you put the key up to it. Yeah, we'd like build those and shit. You got to program them, surveillance systems, telecommunications wire, and shit like that. And then at the same time, I don't know. I pretty much do just about everything else. Like,
Right. Yeah,
fucking fix, paint shit, build shit, whatever.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
I'd be working maintenance and get a quick email from Dan Murphy's apartment. Hey man, my something's fucked up with my toilet, and it's a simple little flapper I just gotta replace in the fucking toilet. And then I get paid to do that, and Dan Murphy doesn't have to pay me, but hey, I show up in Dan Murphy's room, give you a new flapper.
I'm like, hey Dan, how's it going, man?
Bang his wife.
Yeah, it's nice though. Like I said,
yeah.
it's just I mean, a lot of things like I do try to fix like a lot of things about myself because I don't feel like dealing with it. But it's so nice because the people who also like if you hire like a contract out plumber, besides the fact that you have to pay for it, you don't really know who's coming into your house. With this place, I know the people, I know the standard that it's held to because I work for the company that I live at. So I work at a different site. I work at one in Waltham. And then I live at one here in Somerville. So but I just know the standard because the company I work for and live in, it's good standard. So I know I can just give them permission to enter. Meaning, if something breaks, I know I can go to work and just say, hey, you guys can program a key because it all works electronically. Come on up, because if those guys were ever to take anything or something like that, it's so easy to find out who it is. And I don't have anything that's worth a lot of money. I don't have any drugs or anything in here. So I just like. I'm going to work, the fucking fridge light is out or something's broken. I come
That's
home.
funny you say that.
No, dude, it's...
You just said that. The fridge light is out, and your boy Jim Surdam just a couple minutes ago said...
My refrigerator light is out. How do I do it? Does anybody know how to put a flashlight in a refrigerator bulb?
No, Jim said, Dan, change your own light bulb, you bum. Straight up, Jim.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Well, that's the problem, man. You can say that I'm lazy, but hey, those motherfuckers gotta make a living too. So
No, hey man, it's
So,
not,
Dan,
hey,
I
it's-
worked at the Holiday Inn in Somerville for like 6 months. How far away is that from you?
I don't even know. Somerville is not very big, so my guess is that in a direct line, probably a couple miles.
Like, I went to the bar that they shot the movie The Town at. Like, there's some sort of bar. I forget the fucking name of the goddamn bar, but everybody in Boston knows the movie The Town. And I went to some bar they shot.
You can look it up. I live on Assembly Row, and so I live in like kind of like a ritzy. And like I said, it's not because I have a lot of money, but because I work for this company, they give me a 20% rent discount, so I get 20% off my rent just to start, which is really nice. And then
Oh shit, you live near 93.
I live right near 93, exactly. So
Yeah, it's probably like
I
10 blocks away from you.
I lived right across the street from an IMAX theater. You know, if you walk out my door, I love, dude, there's a beautiful Legal Seafoods under my apartment. The other day,
Yeah. I know it, dude. I'm gonna come to your place and we're right where you live, the apartment fucking number and everything.
Baby. Yeah, I walked downstairs the other day. I put my, I went to Legal Seafoods. I put my name in, right? They take your cell phone number now. They're like, all right, we'll text you when your thing's ready. I fucking waited in my room, man, for that. So it's a cool life. And then, you know, I walk out and there's all these, you know, stores, J. Crew, Banana Republic, JP Licks is like a famous ice cream place. Like, it's just a lot going on. Like, if I want to go grab a drink, I don't have to drive. I walk right outside, and it's fun life when you're young. But as I get older, I eventually do want to own a home and own value in that. And I do take pride in cutting the grass and fixing that stuff. But for now, man, I work a lot, and I enjoy everything being done. It's great.
Yeah, I actually worked in Natick? Is that how you say it? Natick for a little while?
Natick, yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool place too.
Why were you up, man?
My dad owns a wallpaper company, and I didn't have a job, so he's retired now. But this is like 4 years ago, and I went to Boston for 6 months. It was a while, and I worked in Boston for a month at a time. Then would go home for a week or two, and then come back to Boston for a month at a time.
shit, you were what, like 20, 21?
24, 23,
Yeah.
24.
How long ago?
That was a while ago.
Four-
No, it was like 5 years
Four,
ago.
yeah, 4 years ago. Oh, we lost Dan Oh, no, there you are. We almost lost you for a second. Yeah, about 4 or 5 years ago. Like I said, I went to this bar like every fucking. I actually got sober in Boston. Like I quit drinking in Boston because I was turning into a piece of shit. But I went to this bar every night there, End of the World Tavern. You should definitely check it out. Yeah, I told you about this last time.
I'll make a promise. I will go there this weekend. I want to check it out.
Yeah, I'll text my friend Ronan. He's like some contractor. He's in his own business in Boston, and he's like a super cool dude. Straight Irish, green card having dude. But it's definitely, it was a cool place. You know what? I thought about Boston at first. Like I did not like it, and I couldn't explain it to anybody because I'm from Virginia. Like they have that Southern hospitality and shit like that. In Boston, it was just like different. Like I started talking to I forget what your major chain of grocery stores there is called. What is it?
Basket, Stop and Shop.
Stop and Shop. Yeah, it was like a Stop and Shop. And I was talking to somebody in line at the deli, and I was like, "No, I'm just working here." And this dude was like, "Yo, you're just fucking working here, bro. Give me your fucking cell phone." And he started putting numbers into my cell phone off of his phone of places I should go eat. And then this chick comes in. This is real shit. What? And they're just cussing at me the whole time. Because, like, they're like, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing? You haven't gone to these places yet, bro." And I was serious. Like, I was blown away. Because, like, they were offended that I hadn't eaten at these certain
You haven't
seafood
been
restaurants.
What?
I'm serious.
The
Dude.
fuck are
They're
you
like-
talking? You talking this?
These
You
were-
gotta go eat at that spot, kid.
These are like they brought up legal seafoods to go get seafood and everything like that, and like these prime rib joints and all this other shit. But this lady was like, "I can't believe you haven't eaten at these fucking places. You've been here for 2 months, honey. You should go do this and all this shit." And it's like, I was just, dude, like everywhere I went in Boston, they're like, "What are you a fucking hick or something, bro? Like, what the fuck's wrong? Why are you talking like that, bro?" And it's just like, I'm sorry, man. It's just the way
So
I
I'm
talk.
from Virginia, so I enunciate everything correctly.
And they're just like, "So West Virginia?"
Nah.
Nah, every
Nah,
time you
bro.
say- but I found it like how people in Boston are like so harshly polite that is just it just kind of like blew me away. Like for a while I didn't like, and then I started getting used to it, and then you just have to tell people like, you know, go fuck yourself.
Hey man, go fuck yourself.
Like, because people just, dude, it's just like, why? Just like how you are, every person in Boston is you, is Dan Murphy. Like, super fast talking, like wisecracking all the time. Like, you have to stay on your toes when you talk to motherfuckers from Boston, too.
New York, too, man.
I don't know. New York, I think, is just like mean.
No, New York dudes, I'll straight tell you to fuck off. But if you're from Boston, I'm like, huh? How come you're being nice, but you're talking to me like a dumbass?
Yeah, it was
talking to me like an asshole. Don't talk to me like an asshole. Fuck you. But not really fuck you, because you seem alright. But if you're from New York, fuck you, though.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't like people from New York around here. They're fucking homos, but it's different.
No, in all seriousness, New York, I love people from New York. I know a bunch of people from New York that are cool as shit.
That's what's fun about it. Yeah. Most people know, people are fucking cool everywhere. Everywhere I've been. Plus, I grew up like 20 miles north of Boston. So, I was still from Massachusetts for sure, and my mother grew up in this town in Somerville, so that's why my accent's very strong. But moving down here, it's definitely different. I don't know what it is. I actually remember Rogan talking about it on a podcast. He talked about how, like, when there's a lot more people in the area, like, just people talk faster, people are more aggressive, their hearts beat faster, because it's just like, everything's like a battle every day, especially when it's cold. When it's cold out and there's a lot of people around and you're just trying to get to work and there's traffic and, like, just people are in much more of like I don't know, every day feels more like a survival up here. Do you know what I mean? You know, like, it's just different. Everyone wants to move quicker because it's fucking freezing and there's people everywhere and there's just...
It is cold there, man. That fucking wind off the water just cuts the shit out of you. It fucking hurt. I was in Boston. I was in Boston the year the Ravens beat the fucking Patriots. That's the year I was in Boston, and which was crazy because I live right outside of Baltimore, and a lot of my friends are Ravens. I did not go to the bar. I didn't go to the bar for a fucking week, man.
Lloyd's a big old Ravens fan. So is Rick. That's the biggest goddamn Ravens fans I've ever heard of.
Ravens give the Patriots a tough game in the playoffs. It's definitely the team. Like, we fuck the Colts up every year. They're like a joke, but it's tough. The Ravens always play us tough. Even at home, they're the only team that can come into Foxborough.
God damn it. I wish George was up. I want George to talk about some football. I can't talk about football.
No,
I can't do it.
I'm a Redskins fan, and I haven't watched the past 5 games because every time I don't watch, they win. They actually lost the last game, but it was close, so I'm just not going to watch.
Patriots fan. The Patriots have been good ever since I can remember. It's just the way we got a good QB. Obviously, everyone knows Tom Brady. And
who?
So what?
dude. Honestly, the Tom Brady infatuation. People make a joke about that, like Tom Brady. Like, seriously, the love there. No human being in the world gets more love than Tom Brady gets in where I'm at right now. It's insane. He will shut down the whole city if he just comes walking around. It's unbelievable. Like, even like the Ben Afflecks of the world and the Matt Damons of the world. Like, everyone just loves Tom Brady to a weird level. I don't know. I'm not into the whole famous people thing. But what's up?
Just a California kid too. Not even a New Englander.
Yeah, exactly. He came in here and earned it, right. But yeah, the sports. It's a little freaky how much sport. Even the David Ortiz too. He's obviously maybe you guys don't know, but the baseball player for the Red Sox.
Poppy.
He gets a lot of love around here, man. A lot more than any. No one, dude. The governor of Massachusetts could walk down the street. No one fucking knows if Tom Brady steps foot. It's over. Who do you guys like in Virginia? Like, fucking Jesus Christ. Who do you guys like?
That's a good question.
In Virginia for what? Sorry, I was trying to look.
Who's the most famous person that could come to Virginia? Like, that
could come to Virginia and then, like, what?
That's an amazing question, actually.
Like, just
that people from Virginia would get excited about. Like, is there a clear number one? Like, if someone walked in here, that because you're from Virginia, you know what I mean? Like,
because you're from Virginia. Damn. I don't know. I don't really have anything like that. But there's like fucking Jesus, what's the face?
Our state's a lot bigger than yours. To be fair.
Well, what's her face is she's a country star though. Like, I'm not in the country, and a lot of people aren't anymore. But
God you don't even know her fucking name.
Yeah, no, I forget her name, but she's buried in a cemetery.
Dan Murphy.
Like, God, fucking
exposing our state for being celebrity lists. God damn it.
No, look. If you're in Dublin, you're rooting for Conor McGregor. You know what I'm saying? If you're
yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, we're kind of more from the DC metropolitan area, so it would be more related to the DMV area, I guess. It'd be,
I don't know, man.
I guess like who? I mean the Redskins. If
You guys are like, Michael Jordan played for us for a little.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. Fuck.
I don't know. What do you want to know, man? All I know is the baddest dudes I know live in Virginia.
Jermichael just walked back in. I'm curious what his answer
though.
would be on that. Dan asked us. Okay, so he was basically just saying if Tom Brady walks through his town, that the town gets shut down because it's all about Tom Brady then and there. If we find out that somebody is in our area, who's the guy? I don't know,
Basically,
man.
not because you're a fan, but because you're from Virginia, like that's just like, Tom Brady like represents.
No, dude,
Boston.
I'll bet you in Southern Virginia it'd be like a NASCAR driver or some shit.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, where we live at, everybody's too fucking skeptical and jaded to be like, oh yeah, that's my dude. Yeah. Or at least I am. I'm like, dude, you fucking walk through my town and you're a celebrity. I'm not up your ass about it. Like, who the fuck? Yeah, I don't know. People come and see all kinds of people. Like we watch everything. And the Redskins aren't quite, we're not really doing it. So, but fuck, dude, I don't know. We got cool local music where we're at. It's a bunch of musicians all around Virginia. I mean, that's true pretty much everywhere.
Dave Matthews came from Richmond, Virginia.
Benny said Bryce Harper, and I was actually thinking that too.
It just depends on who. I'm not into fucking pro sports that much. I mean, I watch football, but I'm not into pro sports.
Ovechkin is a good.
Yeah, Ovechkin. A lot of people like hockey around here too. I mean, we got the fucking Washington.
We're adopted
hockey
into
players
the
or
DC
whatever their
sports.
team name is. But I don't know. I just watch martial arts, man.
Yeah.
So
Me
it's
too.
like,
It's so fun. I love that. Dude, there's nothing like fucking watching your favorite fighter or even just a big fight.
I liked your post about that when you.
Did
said
we even
that.
talk about martial arts yet?
No,
Dan Murphy's
no.
like, let's come on and talk about martial arts.
I
Like
know.
2 hours later.
I know, and
We just now getting into this shit? Are you serious?
I had some good questions from my man, my admin from across the pond.
Oh yeah,
on the
no,
Fire
those
Ticket
were
on.
some good questions going on.
So you practice martial arts, I assume, Dan?
No, well, I just started getting into jujitsu. That's it.
Nice, yeah.
Get
No,
yourself some Datsusara shit,
Yeah,
dog.
go to Datsusara
Get
for
that
the...
Datsusara.
Hey, look, if you just
That's our
give us,
sponsor,
we'll give you
man.
$500, but you just got to buy in at $9.
Yeah, you gotta buy in $700 worth.
But you
of
can make 7 more, easy. No, that's not how our ads work. But
Yeah.
Um,
I love fucking jujitsu. It's fun for sure. I want to strike too. Like that would be my ultimate thing, but I just don't feel a practical use for me learning to strike. I would love to do it, but like
you don't want to get that pretty face beat up, do you?
I'm like Callan. You know what I mean? I'm training for a fight that doesn't exist.
Well, so am I,
Brendan-
man. That's been my entire life.
Brendan makes fun of him for that all the time. He's like, why are you training boxing and shit? You're not gonna be a fighter. Like that's stupid. And to me, I
also think that's a stupid point of view.
the fucking
yeah, it's a good workout. But I mean, I get what a guy like Shab is trying to say when he has a background in actual fighting, to look down on somebody, basically to be like, dude, you're not gonna get in a fight. Just don't even like. I get it. It would be. I don't know what.
Dude, I see Shab hitting mitts every week. You're not going to be in a fight either, fag. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he's not going to be in a fight anymore either. But you know what?
He's a Judgy McJudgerson.
He is, but look.
I'm not training for a fight that is gonna happen inevitably with this fucking mouth, dude. Fights are gonna happen, and I'm just not training because you got to keep it free. You got to don't cloud your mind with stupid shit like training. Because that's just gonna cloud you.
Me and Lloyd are
You
both
want
like,
to be free flowing like spoken poetry. Okay.
middle of life talking.
No, you do. No, look. If I didn't believe in at least a little piece of that, I wouldn't even hang out with this dude. But in all honesty, the guy's got That's you know what? I like that, John. That's.
I shadow box myself every fucking night for 3 hours, son.
Shadowboxing. I feel too awkward doing it because I suck.
No, see, he just does it in his own brain.
I shadow box and shadow wrestle all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I will make it
a good fight. I want to hear some opinions on the Dos Anjos Ferguson fight. That's
Ooh. Okay.
How about that fight? I like that fight a lot.
I like El Kukui, man. I think that he's
I like it too.
he's a shifty motherfucker, and he's got. I mean, obviously he's 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu. He's slick as they come on the ground, and man, RDA is one of those guys where he. I mean, it's easy to kind of. On Dos Anjos to just be like, yeah, he was the champ, and then he didn't even really fucking defend. He did defend actually against Cowboy, but I don't know. The lightweight division is so interesting. It's like so many people can just win it and then not even be able to defend it because it can just keep getting passed around in that top.
How about
10.
that's every division except 125. How about that? Pretty much.
Do you think so right now?
The 125 is just locked right now. 125 is eventually going to pop too. It's just going to happen.
So
There's going to be a guy coming up in about 2-3 years from now that's going to be able to whoop fucking Mighty Mouse's ass.
So you basically just said that you think that Mighty Mouse is the only guy that is like super safe with his belt by making that statement.
Mighty Mouse is the shit, dude. But it's
I meant you, Dan. By saying that.
I'm interjecting like an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, I get. Well, okay, Dominic Cruz just won it too, so I guess you could say. I mean, other than Mighty Mouse, and John Jones, who looks like you would put your money on to get like a bunch of title defenses. Maybe other than Dominic Cruz, maybe you got Mighty Mouse, you got John Jones. They've proven it already, but I mean, you wouldn't put your money on Stipe to defend the fucking thing 5 times. I don't know how with Tyron Woodley. No way. Just based on the way it's been going.
Stephen Thompson. I would put a little bit of money on Stephen Thompson once he takes it, which he's going to.
I like long.
I disagree. I think that he's just as vulnerable if he does beat Woodley.
Okay, well, I give him a better chance than Woodley does at defending the title 5 times. Because I think Woodley's losing it real quick here.
Don't sleep on Woodley, man.
I'm not sleeping on Woodley, but I mean, have you seen? Obviously, you've seen Wonder Boy. I mean, I don't know, man. It's hard to deal with. I wish he had better grappling, but I don't know. You're gonna have a hard time putting him on the ground too. Everybody does.
Go ahead, Dan.
I love the style. I love that style. I love those. That seems to be the new style. That's tough, man. Those funky strikers with that can defend a takedown or at least get back up. That's all it takes nowadays. Everyone knows jiu-jitsu, man. You do have those freakazoids, those once every few years.
Damian Maia.
Damian Maia, who's gonna submit you no matter what. But even a guy like that, let's see him against one of those like long, rangy, crazy strikers. I know McGregor's not big, but at 45, he's just like long, he's funky, and he's got power.
The problem with getting that good at striking, like fucking Conor McGregor or Wonder Boy, or fucking Frankie Edgar, is that you can't get. Frankie Edgar's probably a weird reference, but his boxing is sick as fuck.
Yeah, it is.
So, I'm talking about like kicking arts, like to get as good at kicking arts as say Anderson Silva's a great example too. Jiu-Jitsu black belt, but not known for submissions necessarily in the ring.
Right.
He's gotten several, but not known for his striking. Anderson Silva, I believe, was a Taekwondo guy, and obviously, you look at like the Vitor Belfort knockout.
Yes,
that's a straight up front kick, right out of old school Asian martial arts.
Pretty sure Machida's a black belt too.
Machida he's like karate and jiu-jitsu. He's black belt in both, as far as I know. Anderson Silva also a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but I think a Taekwondo guy before that. So the problem with getting super good at those, I guess, like master level, is that you have to spend a ridiculous amount of time, I guess, doing just that. And a lot of those guys, I don't know if it's a dying breed, but I don't know. I feel like it's not, because I feel like people are incorporating that into overall martial arts shit, doing crazy techniques like spinning back kicks, 360 kicks and shit like that. If you watch fucking kickboxing and Muay Thai, and I don't know. I think it's just a completely different thing. Lyoto Machida's really good at it. I was a big Lyoto Machida fan. Anderson Silva, obviously. I mean, sick as fuck. And then, what was the other one I was talking about? Who do we start this talk with? But I mean, Stephen Thompson,
Right.
Wonder Boy, obviously. The kick game is, I don't know. I think it's extremely powerful, but I'm biased because I grew up doing Taekwondo. So Taekwondo, and then I do Jiu-Jitsu now. But I'm nowhere near like the proficiency that I had with like Taekwondo. So it's, but
Yeah.
um,
I feel like those slick strikers, and I can't even put a, you know, when I say slick strikers, I mean the more unpredictable. I don't mean like those Thai strikers who are really, really good and they have their place, but like someone who's slick at striking but still, you know, can still defend takedowns. Like look at the way Anderson Silva and John Jones are very similar, and they are the best of the best of the best. I know Conor has a lot more to prove, but you know, the way he was just knocking dudes dead and then knocked the fuck out of Jose Aldo and fought Nate Diaz way heavier than him. And that, for those first 2 rounds, that was a joke. Those first 2 rounds, Nate Diaz almost didn't. Until Conor gassed. In a fight has to do with being able to have endurance and durability. I get that. But that first round of Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor, it looked like a bomb versus a professional.
You talking
Okay,
about the
hold-
first fight, right?
well, either
Second
one,
fight, too.
either
Oh,
one.
you're talking second fight?
Okay. Listen
Okay.
to this real quick. So, what was I talking about the other week, Lloyd? I was talking about if there were no rounds, right? So, imagine both the Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor fights with no rounds, no break.
Conor
Do you-
loses both times, man.
That's
100%.
exactly where I'm coming from. With like, do you see like what I was talking? You were saying you kind of understood what I was talking about and how that would make sense. What about you? Like,
Well, how did that fight end?
well, the second fight ended with Conor McGregor.
on his back, getting punched in the face.
The second fight,
The second fight did.
and
The second fight did end like that. He was ground and pounding him late in the fifth.
But if we're going around and shifting the rules around a little bit, I mean, fucking Diaz could have got a fucking straight stomped in the fucking head. It went down.
it depends on what kind of rules you're willing to make.
I mean, if
Yeah.
we're going like pride rules or whatever.
I appreciate that
You're
input.
acting like 25 minutes is if it ended after 25 minutes, he was ahead. Well, what if it ended after 10 minutes? It was a fucking complete one-sided ass whooping. Nate Diaz didn't even look like he could touch him.
Yeah.
Because
No,
what if they fought in high school where you really only have 2 or 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Whoever's got the skills gonna come out.
Yeah.
Whoop his fucking ass.
Oh, yeah.
So it depends on how you look at it. You know?
Yeah.
No. You know what? I take that differently. You
Turn
see,
that
if- you-
motherfucker's leg into coffee grounds, dude. The shit was it hurt me watching that dude's leg get kicked that many fucking times over and over again. I mean, you
Yeah.
just know that.
That
Nate
was
Diaz is like permanent.
No, I don't know what kind of high
He is,
school.
dude.
Like,
I mean, I have, I like both the fighters. I like Diaz a lot more than McGregor. But that's just underdog.
It's like a personal- it's like a
I
personal-
think that's underdog shit. You know?
yeah, it's
That's-
that underdog shit. It's not even underdog shit. It's that
villain.
it's that fuck you shit is what it is.
Yeah.
It's that, I don't know. It's that anti whoever's on the top shit, because
I like it too.
you never on it. You know what? Yeah, you know what we're talking about. But I don't know. I'm not okay. So I'm not saying let's stop it at 10 minutes. I'm saying that what I'm saying is that you create the perfect science experiment, and you put the two people in there with no outside influence whatsoever until the other one wins or the other one wins. Or
Will really wants there to be a 2-man enter, 1-man leave. Type
but
deal.
no, it's not. I don't want anybody to die. I'm saying what you do.
Debatable.
I don't want anybody to die.
I'm kidding.
But I do want it to be a finish. I want it to be essentially like EBI, like the Eddie Bravo Invitational, has turned jiu-jitsu into a submission-only tournament. I would like MMA to be a finish-only sport. Like that's the apex of the sport to me.
I think that's the most logical statement that you've made on your case to be made.
Yeah,
since we've been talking about this. Go ahead.
I understand that fights
Dan.
would take a long time and all this shit, but okay, so that's where I'm coming from.
I agree that Conor won the MMA match and Nate Diaz probably won the 25-minute fight. I agree with that. I do. But yeah, it's one of those things. I just, the first, second, and second round, you could see the class difference. But also, and I know they both fight at 155, but we're talking a guy who definitely cut weight to get to 170, and one guy who ate as much as he could and got in there at 168. One guy was bigger. We're talking. I mean, I don't know how people don't enjoy that the 145-pound champion is willing to even just get up there at 170.
Oh no, dude! Don't get me wrong. I do enjoy it 100%. I loved watching both of those fights. I had a motherfucking blast of a time. I don't know about you.
Oh no, I actually have a tattoo on the back of my leg because I lost.
Because he lost a bet about this shit.
Show
it, dude. Pull it out.
I can't. No, I have a thumbs down tattoo.
It's on the back of his fucking thigh. He was gonna get me to tattoo it on him that night, but then I was drunk enough for him to be like, "Nah, you're drunker than I am," and then so it didn't happen.
Yeah, but no, I have a tattoo.
Smash that motherfucking like button.
Yeah, y'all.
We're talking about tattoos that just went down on MMA discussion. What the hell, people?
Yep.
That's
I know.
Jamike legitimately
that's
got
numbers
a tattoo.
right there.
That was the second fight, right?
Yeah, that was the second fight.
That was Conor McGregor, and
I wouldn't be surprised if they just don't have a third fight.
I know that's what they're saying, but I want to see it. I want to see a third one. Of course.
I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, I think.
Yeah, why not? But I want to see. I don't want to see it right now. I mean, if Conor does win, especially if Conor knocks Eddie Alvarez dead, you fucking better chill at 155 and just go through those dope contenders.
Goddamn right, you better.
Yeah.
You better know your role, motherfucker.
155.
Conor McGregor acts
so
like he's gonna step up to heavyweight. He's like, yeah, I'm going up to heavyweight. It's gonna be no problem. Who the fuck is Brock Lesnar?
I think that Conor's body, I think he's a little fat at 170. His cardio is not as good, and I think that when he fights down at 155, he'll be a good fighter.
His hands are definitely slower.
They're slower, but he still has power, and he's still tagging. He's still tagging people.
He doesn't dip in energy,
Yeah, no, 145. He's got good cardio, and he just drops motherfuckers dead.
Yeah, he's straight up Auschwitz at weigh-ins, and then he shows up at fight day, and it's like, whoa, he looks like he did earlier this week.
Auschwitz in the streets, fucking
Conor in the sheets.
I like that. That was good, Jamike.
Yep.
Let me tell you something. There's a lot of
Auschwitz in the sheets, Enola Gay in the streets.
Yep.
All right, how about Dominic Cruz versus Cody Garbrandt?
Yes.
Oh man. You really think that's a good fight?
Dude, I just watched Dominic Cruz kick this dude's ass who thought he was a ninja. He came into the fucking gym.
Oh, that was a really old video.
It's old as fuck. Yeah, it's Dominic Cruz beating the fuck out of this dude who says he's a ninja and shit.
It's definitely worth checking out. But what you got there?
Sorry.
Thomas Almeida, though. Thomas Almeida's legit as fucking. Cody Garbrandt ran through him like he was a fucking joke.
I knew he was gonna. I thought that Almeida got a nice KO over Brad Pickett with his fucking flying knee and whatnot, and that was a legit opponent to get a highlight reel KO over.
He was also losing that fight.
He was for sure losing that fight. That was a great fight card, by the way.
Those are my
favorites. Yeah, I actually I was still waiting to see Almeida fight because he had that undefeated record, and it felt like it was kind of being hyped up more than it needed to be, and then he fought Garbrandt. He got undefeated versus undefeated, and Garbrandt just made him look like an amateur. and he knocked him out in the first round, easy. And I still am skeptical on Garbrandt being even worthy of this fight, man. Like, Dominic is a technician amongst the best technicians in all of MMA.
Dominic just fights weird.
I want to see Dom fight Mighty Mouse again.
Yeah. Fucking A, dude. Dominic Cruz is still undefeated, right?
No, he
lost.
He lost to Uriah Faber. Yep, guillotine.
That was a long time ago.
That was
10 years ago.
early,
quite a
in his
long
career.
time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super
Almost
early.
10 years. Before John Jones was even fighting. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. A lot's
John
changed
Jones
since
was a
then.
16-year-old little fuck boy.
Conor McGregor was also like
5
17.
minutes
Dude,
left of me before I gotta hit the road, gents.
That's fine. We'll head out in a little. But dude, yeah, no, Dominic Cruz. I think that Dominic Cruz is gonna win that fight. But man, it'd be crazy if like Cody puts pressure on him and like backs him up against the fence and just starts fucking teeing off or something like that. Would be crazy to see that because I don't think Dominic Cruz can finish that kid. He's quick. He's, you know what I mean. Dominic Cruz he's the decisionator. He is, and I respect it and it's impressive. But I didn't see Dillashaw or any of those guys. They don't have a lot of. This kid just seems to have a lot more power, and it's scary. I just think that. Because he has the power to finish him, it's possible that it could happen, you know?
Garbrandt is a big 135 pounder. He's really big for the weight.
It's let's face it, it's going to be a Cruz decision or a Garbrandt like second round knockout. That's the only two that it could possibly be.
I agree.
I think if that fight, I mean, especially if Garbrandt's conditioning isn't that good. That's not the other thing I'm worried about Conor is when Conor said Eddie Alvarez is going to be shooting for his life in there. I can hit you from anywhere. It's going to be a long 25 minutes. I felt like being like Conor, man. After that 12th minute, I feel like I could get in there and you would outclass me. But like I don't even know if you could knock me out at that point. He moves slow.
So, wait, 205. We were talking about getting into that a little bit.
UFC 205?
Yeah, UFC 205.
Yep, let's do it.
All right. God, I can't even play this clip, but I was trying to play some like Uriah Faber, Mike Brown from back in the day, UFC.
We'll play it
or
later.
WEC.
Save it for later.
I don't even know if we can play it. We'll probably get fucking banned or something.
All right,
kicked
man.
off. What Burbero kick us out of J-Rec. God damn it, what was I looking up? Oh yeah, 205.
There's so many good fights. I can't even believe it.
Chris is live saying Garbrandt by TKO and that he thinks that Diaz won the second fight as well. Bold statements, but
So let's
I
start
respect it.
Let's start at the bottom.
You want? Nah, let's not start all the way at the bottom.
Okay, at the prelims. Let's start. Well, we went through the prelims already. Me and you did.
We've actually done the whole thing.
We've done the whole
already.
thing last time, but we didn't go we didn't go that far into
The
it.
bitter person in me is like, Diaz won the second fight as well. But I mean, after you sit there and watch it with like a clear head.
Did you just watch it?
No, but I'm saying when Chris
Yeah.
I get what you mean. But yeah.
Yeah, no, yes. Look, on points, if you play the game, Conor won the second fight. If you
Mackenzie wants to know what's your guys' opinion on Cain Velasquez.
Cain Velasquez is a bad motherfucker.
He's a bad motherfucker.
What else do you want to know?
That's
If you want a particular fight to turn into, check out Cain Velasquez versus Brock Lesnar. And tell me that Cain is a weak little bitch man or something. I mean, if you really want to know. All right, you know what? Check out Cain Velasquez versus just about anybody. And that's going to fuck you up. So, on the main card, you got Miesha Tate and Raquel Pennington. Where are you at on that, Dan?
Everyone's acting like that's such an awesome fight. I mean, it is what it is. I don't hate on the girls fighting. I'll go with... I don't really know. Raquel Pennington's pretty good, but I'll go with Miesha Tate. She always seems to win the fight she's supposed to win. You know, I mean, I know when she's
Yeah.
champion.
Yep.
The last one she didn't. But she seems to grind out against those like mid-level girls every time.
Yeah, every time. Misha's good at that. Misha's a good fighter. I got Misha on this. Raquel Pennington is also a good fighter, but I'm not expecting her to rise to the level of Misha Tate. Misha Tate is very good.
Hold on. Back. I'm gonna go up.
Is Raquel Pennington the one that is dating?
Because last time she was talking about how
I mean,
Tisha Torres.
Oh shit! They're all
Get a
those
video,
big
John.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Actually,
Send it to
I
me.
believe that Raquel Pennington and Tisha Torres got married.
Wow.
Or engaged, rather. But yeah.
Hey, I'm not hating. Who's what's the next fight on that shit? Is Cerrone or is he in the prelims?
It's
Next
Cerrone.
fight is in
Cerrone and
fact-
Kevin
You got it.
Kelvin Gastelum.
Kelvin Gastelum fucking depresses me. He doesn't make weight. He's boring. Man, imagine if that was him versus Lawler. How much better this card would be.
No shit, man.
Who's
God
Cerrone
damn
versus
it.
Lawler?
Don't remind
Yeah.
me.
God,
God
kidding.
damn
Like,
it.
this card is supposed to be so good. I don't know. I'm not hating on Kelvin Gastelum. I'm
I
just
am.
not. I know you are. I get that. But meanwhile, he'd whoop your ass into fucking pieces. But Donald Cerrone. Okay, I'm with you though. I'm with you. But I'm not hating. Is all I'm saying. So you got Donald Cerrone. Absolutely. You put Donald Cerrone versus Robbie Lawler. Jesus Christ.
Dude, let's be real. We just talked about started talking about this one. The first two fights on the main card, and you got Frankie Edgar versus Jeremy Little Heathen Stevens on the undercard. It's disgraceful a little bit to me on that ordering. But
yeah, the
whatever.
ordering is super weird. You got Rashad Evans versus Tim Kennedy. That's the fight I want to see right here.
Michael Johnson versus Khabib
Nurmagomedov. Jesus Christ. All right.
It should be on the main card
Dude,
over
it's
these.
I just think
so loaded.
Hard over that fucking Frankie Edgar fight and that Khabib fight.
Yeah.
Did you say you take the Misha Tate fight over the Frankie Edgar
No,
fight?
opposite. He said the opposite.
Yeah, fucking A, of course, yes.
No, they should move. I love Cowboy, but because he's fighting that bum Gastelum,
Yes, yes.
they should move those two fights on, and the first fight on the main card.
Kelvin Gastelum is so pissed off at Dan Murphy right now. He's in the chat. He's in the chat right now.
Sorry, Kelvin.
Kelvin, sorry about that. It doesn't represent our opinion about it.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. It's a good thing I'm not on like a Rogan podcast. I might actually have people.
Yeah, Kelvin Gastelum would hear about this shit if you're on a
took it
Rogan
full on?
podcast.
They should have the first fight on the main card should be, in my opinion, maybe the Khabib fight because he's not as well known. Then the second fight should be the Edgar Stevens fight or Edgar Stevens fight.
Okay, well, how about this? How about the next fight on the main card is Chris Weidman versus Yoel Romero?
That's a good fight. That's a good fucking fight.
Fucking A, it's a good fight. Jesus
I know
Christ.
they're not big names and stuff, but that's a good. It's just at that point, once you start getting
Not
into
big
some-
names. Yoel Romero and Chris Weidman? Chris Weidman.
I mean, they're big names, but I mean that's not.
Well, no.
I'm comparing it to a Conor McGregor.
Okay, got it.
about to be out of here.
They're big names in our world. Yoel Romero, that's such a good fight. I'm rooting for Yoel Romero. I'm going against the American. I think Yoel Romero is going to win that fight.
Wow.
I know Lloyd has Chris Weidman all day. Because
yeah.
Chris Weidman is like, if Lloyd were a Pokemon, Chris Weidman would be the evolution.
Oh, I'll take that.
He's good, man, but I think Yoel Romero, man, he hasn't. I don't. He popped though, right? So is he going to look different and shit? I don't know.
Who, Yoel Romero? Yoel Romero is built like a fucking superhero.
I think that they actually retracted that, Dan. I need to look it up, but
It retracted, but I hope it wasn't like one of those things where, like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I just think if Yoel Romero comes out as explosive and stuff as he did against Jacare, and some of those other, he has a flying knee knockout that was like so vicious. It was like, oh my lord. I don't know.
I've listened to Chael Sonnen stick up for. All right, we got one of our co-hosts checking out real quick, so we gotta say goodbye and give hugs. And
Hey,
shit.
Dan, it was great talking to you, man. I gotta head home though, but Lloyd and Will are gonna. I can't even hear you right now, but peace. Give me the peace sign, bro.
There
Hell
it
yeah,
is.
bro.
Thank you.
Everybody, thanks.
Peace out, buddy.
I'll see you Friday.
We're gonna close this bitch out. Yeah, Friday.
We're closing out right now.
Well, no, I'll close it out without you.
Okay, good.
All right, baby.
All right.
Love you, bro.
All
Peace.
right, man. Love you.
All right, sorry, Dan. We were just talking about Romero, and I was getting ready to say that Chael Sonnen has specifically stood up for him, and we all know Chael is a avid user in performance-enhancing drugs. He has gone out of his way to say, "Yo, that I followed him through the Olympic circuit of wrestling, and that guy is just one of those people that is just built like you wouldn't believe without drugs." So I mean,
Are you
I
saying
love
that-
Chael,
are you
and I
saying
believe him, even though he is very iffy to take his word on things as so at times.
Dude, on
But
anything
what,
else...
What reason does he have to back up some guy from Cuba that Chael is America as fuck? So like, he's not gonna be like sticking up for some dude from Cuba that he's not necessarily like in like super friendship with. I don't know. I take it from Chael to be like, hey, this guy, there's certain people. Chael's point was basically there's certain people out there that are just built like ridiculous freaks, and I think that there is somewhat of a possibility, I guess, that Yoel got screwed over in his failed drug test, because when they switched over to USADA, it got super strict. So I mean, it's easy to look at a guy that looks like that and be like, "Hey, man, what are you on?"
What did he get popped for, though? And also, okay, so that being said, using the same logic, Chael Sonnen, you said, is Super America. So, I mean, how well does he know Yoel Romero? You know what I mean? Interpersonal relationships. I know what you're saying.
Why would he stick up for him?
I know what you're saying. Why would he lie? But at the same time, how would he know? And if he did know, then would he try to hide it for him? Are they friends or no?
I don't think that they're super buddy, really.
It's hard to say, but so if they're not super buddy, then how does he know? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. It's one of those things where the thing is, though, I'm pretty sure he popped. I mean, it was proven that whatever he take was like something extra in a supplement, and if that's the only thing they found in the system, because it's not like they found like. I mean, let's face it, he got caught because of USADA, and if he had like some TRT or if he had some wild yams or anabolics, they would have found that. So
Yes.
I'd say that maybe it was a tainted supplement. It's just funny, like that guy of all people gets a tainted supplement. Like, come on, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's why I kind of respect Chael, especially of all people, to stick his neck out.
I respect Chael too,
and try and stand up for him, because
he's
been caught and he's admitted that he was a cheater. So I mean, if he's gonna try and be like, "Hey man, this guy didn't cheat, I did," I respect that. I don't know.
Look, I
think
that.
he's gonna fuck Weidman up. Bottom line.
That's interesting, man. I don't know.
I don't have that. I have Weidman's last fight versus the goddamn champion. No, goddamn it.
Rockhold.
Yeah,
Romero
Luke
has
Rockhold.
no gas though, man.
Yeah, but he can finish it. He's proven that he can finish it. But that all aside,
It's a 3-round fight.
like, why
That's
do you
a good
have,
point, but
like-
he does kind of. I mean, I don't know, man. I just think that.
Yeah, I don't know. At the end of the day, we don't fucking know.
I got Chris. Well, that's why we're gonna watch it. But all right, let's move on to the next fight. I got Chris Weidman. Lloyd, I know as Chris Weidman. You have Yoel Romero, right?
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
All right. Next fight is Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus Carolina. I every time I go for it, because I'm pretty decent at English, at speaking our language, but that ain't English. That's fucked up. That's some weird shit, man.
That's not
The
English.
fucking Z's and the W's don't make a sound when you put them right next to each other. We don't have a sound for that. So, suck my dick, Russia. I don't even know. But Jędrzejczyk, I just have heard other people say that. This shit don't look right either. Jed, Zejczyzyk. That's Jędrzejczyk, apparently. Or at least that's the closest interpretation that I have. I'm gonna go for Carolina. Hold on.
Isn't it like Kowalkiewicz?
Kowalkiewicz. Carolina Kowalkiewicz.
It's neither of those. Let's go.
No.
Let's
You
move past the pronunciation. We're not going to get it
well,
right.
Prior to going past, I just want to show you. Kowakiewicz. I'm telling you right now, that's how you spell it or that's how you pronounce it in
English.
Virginia English.
Gotcha.
Carolina Kowakiewicz versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk from Poland. They're both from Poland. I'm pumped. Got some Polish chicks about to punch each other in the face. I got a feeling, and tell me if you think this is stupid, but Joanna Jędrzejczyk is better at punching bitches in the face than a chick named Carolina.
Yes, I agree. I don't know how you can bet against. Maybe we're gonna be wrong and we're gonna be proved wrong, but I'll gladly take that one on the chin. I'm not betting against that bitch. She's good. She has a gas tank for days too.
Yeah, it would be bad news to make a call. I don't know, man. But if she does lose, somebody's gonna win a lot of money. If Joanna Jędrzejczyk loses a fight coming up, somebody's losing some money. That 12-0 record. I mean, you got. She's got a 10-0. Carolina Kowakiewicz, which that's how it's spelled. So if I'm pronouncing it wrong, go fuck yourself. But god damn, Joanna's just got her striking is so technical. It's so deep. Her knowledge of it goes so deep. And again, it's another example of someone with ridiculous striking whose ground game is not... It's not that it's not to par, but it's not where a really good grappler would be.
Right.
And there's a lot of people with mediocre ability that are middle of the line that have probably better grappling than her, but she's got good enough takedown defense to not end up on the ground. So, I don't know, she's doing something right. I don't know, her fucking striking is sick.
Back up. As long as she can get back up, the other girl's not going to be able to touch her. I mean, I saw that girl just fight Rose Namajunas. Even Rose was kind of outclassing her. It was just, that girl was just like tougher and was able to like force her way into the clinch and land knees. It was a brawl, you know? She was losing the technical battle, but like winning like the brawl, and she ended up winning that decision. But, Claudia Gadelha is a damn good, you know, she's obviously, I think she's a black belt jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, Claudia Gadelha is sick as fuck, and I watched, I think they have 2 fights, Joanna Jędrzejczyk and Claudia Gadelha, or, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got 2 fights, right? So, yeah, I watched both of those the other day, actually, again, and, yeah, fuck, man, I don't have any beautiful insight into those other than they're both grinders. I mean, I think they both go for, or one of them goes for 3 rounds, the other one goes for 5, I think.
Yep.
Because, yeah, I mean, they're fucking grinders. They just keep going.
You could tell though that the first fight was really, really razor sharp close. Jędrzejczyk got the decision. The second one, guess what? After 3 rounds, it was really, 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 really close. And then in the 4th round and 5th round,
Joanna just takes it home. Yeah.
The way she has like obviously because she's a smaller woman, she just picks people apart. It reminds me of like someone reaching out with a razor blade and just ching, 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 picking their but the person's just getting hit. They're not getting knocked out, but they're on their feet, barely and just bleeding like crazy. It was really funky to watch. And,
fight.
Last rounds were an ass whooping.
That fight happened, their first fight happened before the Ultimate Fighter, where Carla Esparza won the title, and the whole time I was like, wait a minute, I've seen this chick Joanna Jędrzejczyk fight and Claudia Gadelha fight, and there's neither of them are the champion, and then all of a sudden Carla Esparza wins the Ultimate Fighter, and. Dude, what Joanna did to her, it was literally like me fighting a toddler. It was embarrassing.
I know, remember she just kept going for takedowns and getting stuffed and then getting bludgeoned and then going for a takedown and getting stuffed and getting bludgeoned. It was really sad. And there was a standing KO. It was vicious. It really was vicious. But so after that one, everyone knows we all got Joanna. And then is that the Wonder Boy title fight next?
Go. Sorry, Dan. I guess it's just me and you for a second here. Shit, where did we leave off? I just our mic just cut off for a second. So
don't worry about it. I was saying I think Wonder Boy title fight's next. We all got Joe Jędrzejczyk.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Woodley.
I like Wonder Boy too. Who likes Wonder Boy? The other guy likes Wonder Boy, right? Or do you like?
I mean, I disagreed with Will's status on Wonder Boy being like the next big champion to defend the belt a bunch of times. I think that weight class is just so stacked that nobody's going to be able to really be a reigning champion for any time, like John Jones or Mighty Mouse Johnson, you know. So I mean, I literally. I've been holding off on making my pick on this fight for a long time because I'm so... man.
I see it going both ways. I just see. I know that what's his name's style is kind of funky. Woodley, his stand-up style, he likes to back up to the fence a lot. It's kind of a weird style. Man, against someone with a kickboxing background who likes to move forward and just tee off on you, it just seems like a kind of a crazy style. I mean, I know he's countering, but with the long kicks and look where Johnny Hendricks got destroyed against the fence. It just doesn't seem like a place you want to be. But also, maybe he's gonna wrestle him, and we know Woodley's a good wrestler. So I just think if Woodley comes out with that, like, you know what, I'm explosive and I'm tough and I'm gonna knock this guy out, good luck. You're gonna get counted and get KO'd.
I think that he is super confident in a good way right now, to where he is actually like a super underrated, legitimate champion, and it's a little bit annoying when casual fans, you know, they probably weren't even like as knowledgeable about Lawler being as big of a dominant force when he was the champion, and then because casual fans, like, you know, people that know who GSP is, and my point being, just like, oh, that to them it was like, I think about welterweight division, I think about GSP, and then a lot has changed since then. You got this guy Woodley, man. He's that power is no joke. He really, he is like a black Johnny Hendricks in a way. He's a really good wrestler who can knock you out, and I think that Johnny Hendricks lost his mojo from his crazy 5-round battles of, you know, with sorry, what?
Maybe USADA played a factor.
I think it did.
With Johnny Hendricks?
Yeah.
Did Johnny Hendricks get popped?
He never got popped, but he never looked... He always struggled to make weight, and he's never looked the same since that became a legitimate factor in fighters that may or may have not been cheated.
He just looked like one of those guys who lost that, like, you know how they say steroids gives people confidence? He just, like, looks like a different... Everything about the way he talks. Oh, but to go back to Woodley being confident, that's the reason I ended up picking him over Lawler. I watched his Champ Camp series, and I was like, you know what? This guy just seems like he's ready to fucking win, you know?
Well, confidence will take you a very long way, but I don't know. I mean, Stephen Thompson is extremely confident. Look at his 13-1 record. One man has beaten him, but...
And you know who that is?
Off the top of my head, no.
I do.
Matt Brown.
Yep, right? Good job, Dan. The Immortal, one of my favorites, actually.
Get the shit out of him. I know one thing. If they fought again, I'd put my money on Matt Brown.
You wouldn't, right?
No. I wouldn't. I just think that he can stuff the takedown. I think Woodley fucking destroyed Johnny Hendricks. He made him look like a fucking child. And that wasn't like a Aldo McGregor lucky punch. That was like a Aldo Seaver. Like, why is this guy in here with you?
Wait, did you mean to say Woodley destroyed Lawler?
That too.
Isn't that what he said?
Oh, no, he said Hendricks.
What?
Oh, I meant Wonder Boy. Wonder Boy destroyed Hendricks.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
That's what I meant. You know what I mean by that, though? Like, you know how, like, Aldo McGregor was a lucky punch, but then every once in a while you watch a fight. McGregor Seaver was one of them. It went 4 or 5 minutes, and it was just like, all right, this needs to end. Like, this guy shouldn't even be in there with him.
You know? Speaking of McGregor, though, you know who I want to see again? Or what fight I want to see it one more time? Is McGregor versus Chad Mendes.
Ooh.
Like,
and that was a huge card. That card was massive.
Top 3 fight cards
ever
in UFC
probably.
history.
Yeah. What else was on the card? That was Robbie Lawler, Rory McDonald.
Was it 190?
That was Rory McDonald.
189.
What was it? 189. Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Rory McDonald, Robbie Lawler, right? and then
Rory
fucking
Rory
Chad
McDonald
Mendes,
too.
Conor McGregor. Who else was on that fight?
Jeremy Stevens, Dennis Bermudez.
Yep.
Yeah.
That flying knee KO. God
Fucking damn. That was a solid card.
It was a good card. It wasn't stacked top to bottom necessarily, but the way the fights played out were all unbelievable.
Fucking A.
I
but
want to look this up.
the Rory
But I'm
McDonald.
gonna say it anyways. I think that it's a fact that every fight on that main card was a finish. So we just said the Bermudez fight was a finish. The Conor fight was a finish. He finished Chad.
The Robbie Lawler fight, didn't it?
And Robbie finished. How did
that fight end?
He
What was
finished
that?
him in the last round.
With what? A TKO?
TKO. Bashed his nose into his face and made him wilt.
You know what?
I think
I
that
can't
every
even
fight on
remember.
that fight.
Goddamn.
I think that every fight on that main card was a finish. I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, you look it up. I want
Because then you had the Brad Pickett Thomas Almeida fight was on that too. Was on the main card.
What else was on that
Almeida
card?
flying knee also. That fight card was good, man. That's when you've spent your $60 for some real shit right there.
Yeah, that was one of the I had been watching pay-per-views for a while then, but that was one of the best ones that I had ever seen at that point. You know what was a really stacked card too was 196 was fucking holy shit.
How about 199? It may have not been the most stacked card, but 199.
Yo,
I mean, look at
I'm
fucking
right.
Dan Henderson.
I was right. Sorry.
With the fucking elbow knockout of Hector Lombard.
Yeah, that was good. But
God damn it, was that a good fight. And like we were talking about last time, how badass is Dan Henderson? How bad is Dan Henderson? To the motherfucking bone.
Yeah, that's Captain America in real
Like
life,
we were
but-
saying last podcast, what if you let the first round go with him and Michael Bisping? Would there have been a second round? Well, I mean, if you let the first round just go, there
Michael
wouldn't be.
Bisping's
but
face would be mashed potatoes.
Michael Bisping. All right, so take it back to Rome. Let's make it a gladiator battle. Guess who's coming away from that battle? Dan Henderson. How bad is Dan Henderson? Jesus Christ. Fuck.
Tough motherfucker, that's for sure.
Well,
196 though. 196 was the obviously Romero versus Souza ended up kind of being a snooze fest the last round, but that was a good fight. And then there was that crazy fight with Weidman and Rockhold, and then McGregor knocked out Aldo. That was insane.
Yes.
What a card. There was some other big fights on that too. I think Gunnar Nelson fought Damian Maia on that card too. Good card.
Yeah, to backtrack to 189, I'm proud of myself for getting that statistic right because that is crazy. It's
all finishes.
It's all finishes. It starts off Almeida versus Brad Pickett on the main card, KO, flying knee. Next fight was Gunnar Nelson versus Brandon
Rear
Thatch.
naked choke.
Rear naked choke. Jeremy Little Heathen Stevens versus Dennis Bermudez, another flying knee. And then you got Robbie Lawler versus Rory, which
Jeremy
was a TKO.
Stevens is so badass, dude. Don't bet against Jeremy Stevens.
That's literally pretty much my favorite fighter.
Sorry, finish up who? Jeremy Stevens?
Jeremy Stevens has been one of my favorite fighters. For him and Frankie Edgar, I'm rooting for Jeremy in that 205 fight card because Frankie has already had the turn. He's already had the turn to hold the torch, and Jeremy Stevens has been in the UFC for so long, and he has so many epic highlight reel knockouts that I'm just such a fan of. And he's been an alumni on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Dude, Jeremy Stevens
he's talked
is
about
nasty.
relationships and shit with Joe Rogan that I like related to, and I fuck with Jeremy Stevens.
Dude,
really
Jeremy
hard.
Stevens is a bad dude. Look, Dan, we need you to get Jeremy Stevens on the podcast.
Yes. That is like my next pursuit is Jeremy Stevens.
Hold on, wait a second. Dan, let me ask you this. You're looking at a black screen, aren't you?
No, I'm looking at myself.
Yeah.
You're just looking at yourself. Even better, man. Fuck. Yeah, you said the same thing last time.
Wait, so let me get this straight though. Lloyd, who do you? If I put a shotgun in your mouth, and I said, "Who's winning this fight?" Frankie Edgar, or Jeremy Stevens. Who are you putting money on?
Jeremy Stevens. That
Dude,
dude
that's
hits
so
harder
hard.
than hell.
Really? That's crazy. You're probably right.
Dude, who did I pick the last time? Who did I pick last time we talked?
I bet you
can't-
Vegas. I bet you Vegas has Frankie Edgar.
You think Vegas has got Frankie Edgar? Well, you know what? If Vegas has got Frankie Edgar, I might have to go Jeremy Stevens too, but I don't want to. I've been wanting to bet on Frankie Edgar for a long time now, and I've seen him lose a lot of fights recently, unfortunately. But that dude goes so hard. I think about back in the fucking battles that he had with fucking BJ Penn. I mean, that guy goes back. So does Jeremy Stevens.
They're equally as experienced, and I just think that Frankie's not going to be able to just try and pick him apart and hit and move the way that he wants to. He's probably gonna land more punches, but I think that for every 3 punches that Frankie lands, that's maybe one of Jeremy's.
Yeah, I can feel you on that. Jeremy hits really hard.
I mean, he knocked out Rafael dos Anjos at 155. Wow. You can't do MMA math. But
that's amazing. That is an amazing set. Maybe he will. That's crazy. But alrighty, that brings us to the final topic we'll talk about, and then obviously the biggest fight probably in the history of the game, right? If we go by pay-per-views, this is going to be number one. Who do you fellas like? Do you like the?
How crazy is that Eddie Alvarez gets to be a part of that?
You want to know why? Like Connor said, he was blessed with a lucky shot. He's a weathered fighter. He's very blessed to be in the position he's in.
He is. But
it's red penny night.
Eddie Alvarez. I mean, it's awesome. It's the perfect fight, man. It's literally the casual fighter fans versus the like real fans that want Eddie Alvarez to win, because it's like, fuck all you filthy casuals, fuck Conor McGregor and all your bandwagon bitches, and that's like what the diehard fans are rooting for, is for Eddie Alvarez for that reason.
Okay, so then nobody can say there's any sort of bias. Like, I was just gonna go with whatever Dan said.
Well, Dan is
I
a
got
real
Eddie
MMA
Alvarez.
Fan.
I know you are. I'm making a joke.
But he's rooting for Conor, so he's like.
I know you're always rooting for Conor, but I'm saying without any influence from Dan, knowing what he's picking whatsoever, because you can't always tell. Dan might go right now. He'd be like, say, Eddie Alvarez. It's his time.
No. But you know what it is? And here's the thing. I really, with all my heart, believe. Listen, if Conor McGregor decided next fight he wants to fight Nick Diaz at 170, like, I'm picking Nick Diaz. Like, I just, until I see someone go out there who isn't a lot heavier than him, or until I see Conor get outclassed, I'm picking him. And he looks, he KO'd Aldo. He didn't have the hardest run to a title shot, but he fucking beat the shit out of guys. He fights on short notices. He's a tough son of a bitch. He talks shit. The mental warfare. I've never seen a guy handle pressure like that. I see that he's got a 6-inch reach advantage on this guy. I saw them stand.
Really, on Eddie?
Well, the reach is right there. We got Conor McGregor with 74 inches, and Eddie Alvarez with
69.
UFC.com's got 74, so it's a 5-inch reach advantage with Eddie Alvarez having a 69-inch reach. Sorry.
I just watched Conor McGregor in the first 2 rounds outclass a man with a larger man who was taller than him with a reach advantage than Nate Diaz, who probably has better boxing than Eddie Alvarez. Maybe not, but it's about the same. And I just watched him dismantle him. Obviously, Nate's durability crept in, and Conor's cardio issue. It was a dogfight. Nate might have even won the fight. But I don't think Eddie's going to be able to escape it. And I also watched Eddie Alvarez fight Anthony Pettis live in Boston. I was there. I watched him hug that guy against the cage and get tired. I don't know, man. I think it's going to be a KO in favor of the Irishman. I really do.
Okay, I would say that if the Irishman does pull this fight off, I'm going to make a weird call right now that I'm probably going to regret, but I would say that it's probably going to be a KO. It's going to be a freak KO in the first or the second round, if Conor wins. But if it goes past that point in time, I think Eddie Alvarez can pull it off over points. If they have to go to distance, Eddie Alvarez can pull this off in points, because Conor McGregor, we've seen him do it. He's going to slow down.
Dude, it is so in the best interest of the UFC if Conor wins, obviously. It's in the best interest of the UFC if Conor wins every time, because he's the one that puts his name out there, and he's the best promoter. But, dude, let's just play hypothetical real quick. Conor wins. He takes the 155 belt. The next fight is the trilogy, Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor 3 for the 155-pound belt. That to me says crazy pay-per-view numbers. My man LA Knight predicted this a long time ago. That's the way that I see this playing out for the UFC's favor. What do you think about that, Dan?
I think that makes a lot of sense. I think if you're gonna keep belts in the system, that's cool. My guess is he's gonna knock out. Eddie Alvarez, and he's gonna say, "Hey, Nick Diaz, you come down to 160, I'll whoop your ass too." I think he's gonna do something like that.
That would be tight. That'd be a tight move for real.
Because now people are like, "Whoa, wait a sec! Oh shit, it's not a trilogy. He's fighting his older brother. Oh my god, this is crazy." Nick Diaz is returning, and he's fighting Conor McGregor. And the thing is, though, I don't think Conor's too smart to go up to 170 and fight him. And Nick Diaz might be like, "Fuck you." It's hard to turn down that cash, man. That's a big fight. We got the first person in the history of the UFC to win 2 belts. He vacates both of them because he says, "Fuck you, fuck the belts. I've already proven I'm the king," which is not true. Obviously, he should have to defend. But if he fights Nick Diaz, that'll be a crazy pay-per-view.
That's tag team match: Gunnar Nelson and Conor McGregor versus Nick and Nate Diaz. That'd be a terrible tag team match.
Fellas, I hate to go so abruptly, but...
Abruptly? Yeah, right. You've been staying on the line with us all night. We really appreciate it. We actually just had a comment saying, "Dan Murphy's still on the line? Man, that's dedication." Shout out to Brian Hodges. Love you, brother. But,
I love you guys. I love this podcast. It's phenomenal. I can't wait to come on here. And I'm having a lot of fun. You got my word. I'm going to come down. I'll do an in-studio podcast.
Oh!
With the Let 'Em Know podcast. I want to come down for a good time.
That'd be fucking awesome. Dan, it was good talking to you, bro.
And remember, November 12th, I act like I'm getting paid to promote it. It's mark my words, it's gonna be a KO. It's gonna be a first round KO. I really believe it. Like I said, when I truly believe Conor's gonna lose against Khabib, I'll admit it and I'll bet against him. But until then, let's go. I want to see it.
All right, man.
Alrighty. I will catch you guys on the next one. All right.
Hell yeah, man. You'll be on sooner than later, I'm quite sure. So, thanks again for calling in, and I love you, brother, and I'll talk to you soon.
Have a good night, guys.
Dan, it's always good talking to you. Take it easy, buddy. Good night.
Bye.
Smash the motherfucking like button. That was a good call in, as always. Love the kid.
Nah, Dan's a good guy.
Don't care what anybody says to me. You've heard me talk about it. People,
go suck
hate is
yourself
gonna
off.
hate. Dan Murphy fucked your wife. I'm sorry that
No,
you don't
you know
like
what?
him for it. But
When Dan first came to J-Rec, I didn't hate him, but it was really easy to make fun of him for being just up his own ass. But that was, in a big way, just his character. But at the same time, J-Rec, it's just fun making fun of people.
Yeah.
So I took this picture of Jermichael, right? And I said, "Man, you can't take Stan Murphy anywhere. Stan Murphy."
Somebody commented.
Actually, that was
about
about the
feed
night.
earlier.
Stan Murphy?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
That's old school. That's some OG shit, man. That's before Jermichael was even in jail.
Actually, it was my boy. Shout out to you. Let him know, alumni Andrew Roy. He said. He said, "Man Durfee."
Man Durfee.
Maybe even better than what you guys had. No offense.
I'm gonna go ahead and start up Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Oh,
for
are
no
you
reason right now. Did not do that on purpose.
I didn't think that you did. God damn it! I'm sorry, bro. I need to take another piss. We just got chemistry up in here, and I need to go take a piss. Chemistry, if you're with us live right now, thank you for joining, and I love you, and I need you to call in at some point for sure, because you would be an amazing guest to have on.
Of course.
But
Chemistry.
I'm going to take a piss real quick.
All right, Lloyd's taking a piss. Chemistry. How you doing, baby doll? You sexy bitch. You sexy bitch. All right, if you get that, then you've been watching way too much of our show. There's only 6 people, theoretically, live right now. I'm all by myself. I feel alone. Oh, Christ. You know, I was going to talk about something earlier. I'm not sure if anybody wants to even hear. But there was, how much time do I got left? When do we get kicked off? 3:48. Now you know what? I don't even want to get into this story. We're gonna sign off as soon as Lloyd gets back. We're gonna cut this bitch off. But meanwhile, if you have hung in this long, seriously, I'm not even sure who all it is, but I really appreciate it personally. It's super cool that you like to listen to us talk about dumb shit all night. And twice a week at that, if you're even that person.
What are you just giving our viewers love right now?
Yeah, I am. I'm just saying thanks. Thanks for tuning in and listening. It's
Dude,
fuck, who gives a fuck what me and Lloyd and Jamaica have to say? It's you. I don't know. If we make sense to you, let us know.
Well, if we're going down the road,
or if you just enjoy it, I don't know. I'm just, like you said, I'm giving love. You talk, Lloyd. I got nothing to say important right now.
Going down the road of just giving appreciation to our listeners and everything, and people that even care to tune in and give their 2 cents when we're blathering on here, man. It's made a big impact in my life at a point when I really needed it. I'm 25 years old. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with my life. I have a college degree. I should be doing better things than I thought that I would be when I went on to pursue that. Who cares? I don't care about that. I care about making good memories in life, and I really appreciate my man right here. He's really embraced me as a part of his life, I think. To let me crash his...
Lloyd.
Yeah, this guy lets... I swear, I could just come knocking on the door and it would be like, dude, just come in. Like,
of course.
You know?
Of course it would be.
I don't know where I was going with that, but just I don't know, man. It's a beautiful thing that we've started here. We have a lot of friends that have known us through various stupid, silly Facebook groups, and just the fact that we get people to actually talk to us while we want to have a live conversation. It's a crazy thing, and it's beautiful. I love it. It takes. I mean, Will's giving me not criticism, but just like when Bolelli was calling in, he's just like, "You got Lloyd's attention," and then like
that wasn't criticism. I was just saying he did. He got your.
Yeah, I mean, it takes attention. A lot to get me talking, is what I'm saying.
Well,
and the fact that we have people that actually care to hear me talk and shit, like it's fucking cool, man. It makes me feel special. I love you guys.
If anybody's watching, I fucking love you. Thanks for tuning in to our show.
That's the point we're making here.
Yeah.
As I crack another burr.
So, the clock's at 3:51, meaning that we got about 9 minutes. Actually, about 8 minutes and 30 seconds left of airtime. But it usually stops a little bit short of the counter that's on that screen. So
I get so giggity when we make the 4-hour mark. That's so cool. Like,
I want to end it without cutting anything off. I just want to I want to play a song and then cut out like before they cut us off. Because whenever we get cut off, I'm sure it's like, yeah, and then this and then the screen's just like.
But I'm proud of those too, because we just want to keep going so bad that.
Well, we completely lose track of time. We're not timing the thing. But it also looks stupid, kind of, because we're like, all right, we gotta go. You know, when you tell someone that you have to leave the conversation, you're like, all right, I gotta get out of here. So if you're gonna tell someone that you gotta get, tell someone bye. If you straight ghost face and you leave somebody's house, I don't know, you've done that to me too. I don't hate it though. You're like, hey, I just had to, you explain it later over the phone. You'll text me. You'll be like, I just wanted to leave. I just had to go. Just had to disappear because I didn't want to inconvenience your wife with making me eggs or something.
She did last time, and that was very lovely. Shout out to Rochelle. I love you.
Because my wife's a wonderful lady.
Yes. You really are. Everybody in our whole Winchester family out here, man. God damn it! Like I was saying earlier, I really do want to move out here, and I'm not joking around about that at all. And we joke around saying, I mean, not joke around, but you guys are like, well, if you moved out here, that'd be kind of pointless because we'd be just backtracking right to where you're living right now.
It's not necessarily pointless. Like, moving out here has a lot of benefits, but I own my house. Like, I'm paying $800 a month to own what I have here. You've seen my house. It's not like I live in a mansion or anything, but
I love
for
your house.
$800. Like, if you lived
Don't
in
be so modest, dude. This house is fucking awesome. But go on.
Thanks, but that's not even like.
We have an entire house down here in the basement. It's fucking dope here. Don't let Will trick you guys into thinking that he doesn't have a nice house. That's all I'm saying. Go on with whatever you were getting at.
I'm not tricking anybody. But I have an okay living that I've carved out with what I make. And, it is what it is, but there's a lot of people that have it way worse, and there's a lot of people that have it way better. And fuck, man, you could. If I had room, I'd say, Lloyd, just come and live in my room. But like Rich used to a couple. You know Rich, but if you don't know Rich, then older episode. What episode was he? Rich was on one or two episodes, I think. 2 episodes. Like 3 and 4 or something. Anyway. Rich lived with me for a long time. He lived with me for several years. I would move you into my house so quick, Lloyd. So quick.
Slide into those DMs in real life, like for real ski.
I would move you into my house, but I can't because my daughter needs a room and she can't. Yeah, I can't have people. I can't have anyone else moving in anymore.
In pursuit of winning Mr. and Mrs. Potter over their daughter.
We're gonna kick Mel out. She's gonna have to find an apartment so Lloyd can move in your room. No. But it wouldn't be that hard for you to move out here.
Huh?
You could still have your same job. What time do you gotta usually be at work in the morning?
I wouldn't want to commute to where I work currently.
Yeah, well,
all the way out in Chantilly from Winchester. That would be.
I go further than that just about every day.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I'm sure I could find a job around this area that would be doing me just as good.
Maybe. But there's a reason that I drive out that far every day.
Right.
So the trade-off is that you have the commute. And you get used to it. You just do.
Carpool.
Yeah, when you can. You might carpools with me. So, anyway, most of the time, when he can pull it off. Fuck, I'm gonna play this track by Christian. I don't know if I'm fucking, I might have actually pulled it off last time, but I'm gonna try and pull this track off perfectly this time. And we're just gonna let it go. We only got a couple minutes left, so we're gonna sign off. But, like we were saying, thanks a lot for tuning in. Love you guys. Good night. Thanks for watching our show. This track's hot as fuck, dude. It's like Christian shit. I know.